Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Salon for All and Voice for All Network Television. I am your host, Khadija Nabi. Make you feel free for share. They come back again for now. We discuss, of course, as usual, issue relevant issue affecting we beloved Mama Salon. But before that, I will make now do some rewind and recap of where we left off, followed by with today's discussion. And I welcome. I'll be taking out a quick commercial and we'll come right back. Hopefully the machine will be on in we favor today, God willing. Now welcome once again. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Salon for All and Voice for All Network Television, where every voice matters. I am your host, Khadija Nabi. Always ready and determined to bring you current events from home and abroad. What to expect, wide focus or range of topics from political, family, relationship, empowerment, breaking news, both local and international, emergency topics, entertainment, both local and international, comedy, event affecting our various communities, political debate, educational session, exclusive interview with either local or international celebrities or high profile, showcasing up and coming artists, entrepreneurs, philanthropists. If it is happening, we're here to be that voice and the network to show it. If you have a story, let's share it, build it, and show it. Let us be your voice. Stay tuned to Salon for All and Voice for All Network Television for more. Do not forget to subscribe to our Facebook page, our YouTube page, our Instagram page, and our Twitter page. And also feel free to visit our website. We thank you all for being part of the Salon for All Network family. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Salon for All and Voice for All. His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Sierra Leone. As you know, this platform we can not only for talk, but for also backing up with authentic evidence. As you flagship campaign, we've been embarked on so many things. One was the change. You make an emphasis on change and looking at a new direction. And the second one was education, free education. So I want kind of draw your attention to some of the statements that we make. And it's the reason why I put the pieces there together. And as we go, we go the I light some of the significant points them where you been give and the promises that we been give to Sardinians, but we still they patiently await for now you deliver accordingly. So here I present to you some of the promises.
The people want change. The people are tired of the suffering of paying for a bag of rice at 200,000 from only 60,000 in 2007. The people want democratic change to end their suffering. But what type of change do we want for this great nation? What type of change do we want for our children's future?
The President, another video where I want to draw your attention to was one where they interview where you make an emphasis on the importance of human capital. You talk about inflation, you talk about cracking down corruption, and many are still curious as to what dishonest investors have to do with the Mama Airport, where but for being designed for be beneficial to the country as a whole, which also for being bring a lot of tourism, for being attract many. Talking about corruption, when you talk about corruption, cracking down corruption, have to start with oneself in terms of you administration or you cabinet members. Them, if I can draw your attention back again to the $1 million dollar having to do with we chief minister, and a statement chief minister makes say if 1% safe can be put to in our pockets, nobody no go vex. All that, how can we crack down or hold other accountable? Many go look at it while others are not being held accountable, and many go question how much have you improved the inflation rate and the human capital. And I rest my case as I present to you this particular video that I'm referring to.
Yes, we have to share that image of Ebola and the war and the other calamities of the past. We are trying to create a new Sierra Leone, one that is a champion of human capital development, which is the flagship program of my administration. What we have done is to bring about, in the short time since I've been in office, is to bring about macroeconomic stability to Sierra Leone by prudent management of expenditure and also taking in as much revenue as we can and using it judiciously. We are clamping down on corruption, which has been a menace and continues to be a menace, using different types of activities to make sure, it is a thing of the past. So efficient economic and political management of the state will definitely provide an ecosystem that we encourage genuine investors from around the world to view Sierra Leone as the place to be. Most international financial institutions wouldn't deal with you if the IMF doesn't give you a clean bill of health. The IMF, it's an international institution which gives the okay for others to have to deal with you. Before we came in, they had left the country. We are not in program with them because of bad economic management, corruption, and other challenges of the past government. Since we've been in government, we have, because of our track record in managing the economy, we are now in program with the IMF and other financial institutions like the World Bank and others have restored confidence. We have restored confidence in other international financial institutions. So we are just beginning to develop programs of cooperation. The inflation has been persisting at double digits. We are working very hard to bring macroeconomic stability, making sure that we bring that to single digits. But taking into consideration the very infrastructure that we receive in terms of governance, it's going to be a little while. But I can definitely assure investors, genuine investors, people who want to, and institutions who want to invest in Sierra Leone, that we are up to the task. It is quite humongous, but we are determined enough, and we are going to make sure that we bring the inflation rates down. I did qualify investment to be genuine. As a nation, we also have to look for our own interest in every deal. We had to terminate that deal because it was not in the best interest of the country. With the program with the IMF, that gives confidence to other institutions to look at what we are doing, and also we want to make sure that we use our own resources. We want to reduce the borrowing. At the moment, there is a survey of all our mineral resources in the country, and by the end of the year, we should have the results, that information, the data to know exactly what is available. And we will use that as a basis to work with banks and other financial institutions, so that we develop the infrastructure that is useful to our development, because we just don't embark on infrastructure. It has to be systematic. It has to be supporting the development process before we embark on it. So we are on it. That's why I said it's not going to be easy, but I'm sure that we create a sort of environment that will give confidence to genuine investors to come
His
around.
Excellency the President again, allow me to draw your attention to another speech where I just present to you now, which you make an emphasis on 3 significant points where you say the war on indiscipline, the war on corruption, and the war on poverty. Okay, so many go and know when it comes to the indiscipline, obviously we see a lot of instability, and when it comes to corruption, we still again go take you back and ask you, did Chief Minister follow all due process as that of every other individual way question come? You make an emphasis, say everybody go be held accountable, even the one the way they na your administration. But unfortunately, that was not the case. And corruption, that I could say in regards to that corruption part of it. And again, I present to you.
During my inaugural address, I launched 3 peaceful democratic wars. First, a war on indiscipline. Second, a war on corruption. And third, a war on poverty. Today we are here to affirm that the peaceful democratic war on corruption is unstoppable, unmistakable, and winnable. And it is a war that we must win. I have fully empowered the Anti-Corruption Commission to use all legal powers to relentlessly investigate and prosecute all cases of corruption, even in my administration. Therefore, let me make this solemn promise to the nation that anyone found wanting of corruption in my administration will be promptly removed from public office and subjected to the full force of the law. This is about democratic accountability and our collective determination to win the war against corruption. Let me end by reiterating that all those who will be invited by the commissions of inquiry must fully comply. Anyone, and I repeat, anyone who fails to honor the invitation of the commissions of inquiry will face the full force of the law. I therefore formally launch the commissions of inquiry.
Excellency the President, I want to draw this again to your attention. For now, you know, say this they come from only concerned Sierra Leoneans, them way, they in a political party or civil society activists, but also they come up from, then concerned say they come out from even members of the Sierra Leone People's Party. And again, I present to you the evidence and the fact to back up my statement.
Kongona tide, Kongona tide, Kongona tide, now we all be the struggle. Kongona tide, now we all be the rally. Kongona tide, now we all be the campaign. Kongona tide, they say you know they go Ghana. Kongona tide, you know they go America. Kongona tide, you know deserve forget power. Kongona tide, now you overthrow Sasa. Kongona tide, Sasa say na like the libel. Kongona tide. We don't owe rope of the trust. We don't give you this power. You dey go China and London. You dey look with the small group. Party office with the hustle. 2 bag rest for them. Where you plate can't take. Madam Yobo tell me. If you don't give me work by this time, whose time will go better? Hey, baby. Kongona tide. Kongona tide. Now me I don't be so far. Kongona tide. Now you dey go already now. So are they already in a market? No, you already come on top. Now we give you this power. So your team with a strong party office with a soft out. Today you know give me one. Are you the thing with a soft out?
It's not in the initial stage where many see some lapses, major one, the promises, then further ask you questions, how you go able to go out. One, you talk about leakages, many go question, were you able to look those leakages? And secondly, you also make an emphasis on the education sector, or you coming in to basically bring quality education. So many will ask, has that been accomplished? And I believe that will be at the masses for them and decide that. But just the response for this, it was also an early indication to say there could be a question mark on how that can be accomplished. And I present to you the facts.
To pay for that by first stopping the leakages.
But what's your ballpark figure in terms of what you're going to use to pay for this education?
I cannot put that now, but I have worked the mechanic. A student in high school pays 75,000, which is 75,000 leones.
What's that in dollars?
The pounds is about £7 pounds 50. We also know that besides paying for their school fees, people are dropping out of school because they don't have uniforms, and so in fact, I did not have that coming in here, but I can have that out of the studio.
Time and time again, I talk about the importance of democracy. Or many a time, I can ask me, guess them within their own definition of democracy. And fortunately for me, I come across a brilliant statement from one of we own African brother, where I believe saying himself not a president in one of the African country, or he hold prestige position where go give we a good example of democracy, which we go also further debate on after I present to you all my own observation since you take over the responsibility as a president. And again, I present
I've
to
been
you.
hearing comments all over. The problem is that people have not understood what democracy is all about. You will agree with me that in the countries of dictators, there will be no protests, there will be no booing. Protests, booing, debates is part of the culture of democracy. Now, unfortunately, people misunderstand this, misread this. Now, as in political democracy, people engage heads of states. People criticize heads of state. They call for their removal, etc., because they are expressing freely. That's culture of democracy. If I was one of you, I would write columns and columns, educate people about democracy, and saying how South Africa is democratic, because that is, in a sense, a thermometer to check whether democracy works. A country where there is no democracy, there will be an angry president charging the police to arrest these people. But democracy says, let the people express themselves. That's why, in democracy, governments are in place democratically and removed democratically through the vote. I don't know what is it that makes people to be excited. Perhaps it's the newsworthy stuff, fun, but that is culture of democracy. In autocratic and dictatorship states, you can't see that. To me, I'm very happy that South Africans have matured in democracy, and you have a president that they can talk to, whatever is in their minds. It's not restricted. They are not going to be arrested. They are not going to be harassed. That is democracy. I wish I was a journalist and a columnist I would educate people about it.
Well, welcome back, viewers. I shall say, and I enjoy that piece I put together for basically back up some of the concerns them where the masses they speak on this administration. And so far, the report card has not been good, not by me, but by obvious evidence and based on the masses and what you would see given to we as citizens. I also draw attention to other several things them where I will share with you and then I will come back again and then we go from there. And I thank you and welcome once again.
Mi salon fambul dem uno ado this na Alpha Saidu Bangura of Kapusens no Kapu Ward. They continue for respond to the misguided and very indisciplined lie Lawrence Liman where Julius Madabio can impose as National Publicity Secretary na the SLPP by unlawful means. Lie Lawrence Liman, you dey mistake me for Julius Madabio. Now that make you say me Alpha Saidu Bangwa don't take money to person for can expose Madabio in records. Lie Lawrence Liman, me anoge bra, anoge boss, nobody no day na the world we own me. Therefore nobody no day we at the work for. Julius Madabio na ingo mortgage himself to President Anesco Uma because he no one for work and he add up. During the Ebola time, when people like John Benjamin take the sweat of your face, they go Kenema and Kaila for go help people the way the Ebola be attacked. Julius Madabio in the England, he dey live off the goodwill of friends. When the Ebola don't done, now that time the Julius Madabio can salon go to President Anescoma, go take money, say in they can sensitize people them about the Ebola. 30 day, he not account for that money day. Go ask Julius Madabio, let tell you who that they pay for the Oswe day. If he tell you the truth, then you go no say, now him go take money to the APC for can destroy the SLPP. Me not go ever behave so because me get shame and respect for myself. So do you not ever mistake me for Julius Madabio. Lie Lawrence Liman. Prince Adin go lie to you say, now because Intel Pakaba say, Pakaba they pull the SLPP, now for that make Pakaba sakam. Well, let me tell you what to make Pakaba sakam. When Prince Adin was minister responsible for transport, go bring some foreigner them will be they do some helicopter business. Them people and they even though boku them experts they don't tell they say the helicopter they hold them be they run get mechanical issues. Prince Adin tell them say may they ignore the precaution they may them continue for run the helicopter then take the helicopter then they can kill a huge number of Togolese them because the people that don't bribe Prince Adin $60,000. The day where that helicopter they for them, where he kill boku Togolese them, that same day President Alhaji Ahmad Tijan Kaba sack Prince Adin. And everybody know that. So if you they go listen to Prince Adin, now because una all useless and una all they lie. And una not go able for can lie to we because we know the truth. Lie Lawrence Liman, Prince Adin, from where Pakaba Pulam, and not come back again, pass where Pakaba don't die, and he say Julius Madabio equally corrupt like himself, na inoma go tolerate and that they come back. And I also glad when Prince Adin orchestrate for make the unlawfully expel Chief Sumano Kapen, we will let the party stand up against them and make sure say we reinstate Chief Sumano Kapen back. If Prince Adin Amo be get sense, that 10 day if we don't come out na this party in national executive. And it don't to them all them to them then they we sure and say not to get the party, we sure and say people in the party no respect them. I should say you Lawrence Sliman can remember not then 2-3 weeks here where Dr. Mane come, where people let's see say he gets a clean record, where people let's see say he loyal to the party. People let be ready for vote for him, even though most of them delegates them won't put so are not paid up member. But even the unpaid up members, then they be ready for pull Prince Adin. Now for that make Prince Adin acting on the instruction of Julius Madabio, who believe in violence and thuggery, make them go beat Dr. Mane in supporter there, wound them, broke some eye and bust some people the head. That Madabio they can't tell we will get sense that we say ain't not believe in violence. So they think say I ain't turn so we turn. Lai Lawrence Liman, now you then dreb na law school because of indiscipline. Before you conscious say you unbrought up, you not get training. For that you go all over social media say now because you na mende na make them dreb you. The same thing happen where they sack you come out na the Salon Army again for act of indiscipline. Instead of you conscious say something is wrong with you, you're not able for act right. For that you go all over the place say now where you na mende na make them pull you come on at the army. You know how many mende people them then at the army? You know how many mende them then at the University of Sierra Leone? But I tell God thank you, people and they will not they listen to you. And because you indiscipline, because you misguided, now for that make Julius Madabio can install you as national publicity secretary by unlawful means. Well, we know they tolerate that. Members say we SLPP, na the party of Sir Milton Magai. We SLPP, na the party of Sir Albert Magai. We SLPP, na the party of Tapliman Gobe. We SLPP, na the party of Chief Julius Gulama. These are all disciplined people from the southeast. Therefore, you, Lawrence Liman, Prince Adin, where they sack for thief, Julius Madabio, where thief we country in money, it can buy also cost over $600,000 in America on another place, na the SLPP. We get a zero tolerance for corrupt and indisciplined people. Now for that make we not go ever tolerate to now. Because Julius Madabio no say he not go able for win clean elections. Now for that make all them it bring show trick, it bring unconstitutional issues them for can impose himself for make it can continue for destroy the SLPP because now that's the APC don't pay for. Well, me I not so. Me nobody know buy me. Me I not get bra. I am my own man. I live by the sweat of me own face. That make every day I wake in the morning I go walk. I get the joy of bringing food na me own table. I get the joy of putting roof over me own head. I not depend on nobody. So don't mistake me for Julius Madabio we corrupt. Julius Madabio the day where he unlawfully overthrow Strasser, where he impose himself. The next day, now in brother Steve Bio, where he been take Boku government contract and doing MPR system, go pull Boku, boss them. Them transport the way we get. Now Wataki, without pay penny as a custom tax. Julius Madabio give a waiver, even though in brother not to be government official, he not entitled to a waiver. He get tax exempt, so he not be entitled to. And that act of Julius Madabio bring a big financial loss to Sierra Leone and its people. Now that record day, now you, Lawrence Liman, and Prince Adin will believe in corruption. One for can market Julius Madabio with, well, in other place, now the SLPP. The SLPP, not a corrupt party. Therefore, today, Sunday, September 24, 2017, me, Alpha Saidu Bangoa, they donate Julius Madabio, Prince Alex Adin, and lie Lawrence Liman to the APC, who say una rightfully belong. Una no get no business, no place. Now we SLPP. Una get out. Let we can restructure and rebuild with party. You dey talk about regional balance. I want let you go look this una executive where una bring come by unlawful means because now delegates them. We're not to members of the party. Now they go elect una. Let you see say now 31 people le una pick day. Go see how many come on at the south. Go see how many come out at the east. Go see how many come on at the north. Go see how many come out at the western area. And can't tell we will get sense now we had. No, we not telling you if that executive day gets a regional balance. You don't know what's in a regional balance. So just keep quiet. Again, I they say, as from today,
I dey donate Julius Madabio and una all when I incorrupt supporter them to the APC. Now they una belong, una no get place. Now we own SLPP. The APC, now the party where all man know for Togri. The APC, now the party where all man know for corrupt people left. The APC, now the party of Abu Embo. The APC, now the party of Agba Setani. The APC, now the party of Bon.
And I will come back. I know saying I don't listen to another one where I can always look for Savina with authentic evidence. For now, we will be a credible platform. We will continue to do so. I also want to share other further videos them way as in I know the other day technology not been they work with we, so I will repeat some of those as well, and then we come back again and land to the other topic when I the first lady, and I will also summarize this particular thing where I've been done the try for the rest of the week. And I thank you for your patience and welcome again. Greetings, fellow Sierra Leoneans and fans and friends of Salon for All and Voice for All Network Television. Today is April 3rd, 2020. I am on the phone with journalist Mr. Faya Amara Faya, the gentleman that unfortunately went through some unfortunate incident in the Republic of Sierra Leone, but I will pause and have him come in and introduce himself and give us a detailed message of what went on. Mr. Faya, good afternoon. I am Khadija Nabe calling from Salon for All and Voice for All Network Television. We are hearing a lot of things going on from different platforms on social media. We find it deemed necessary to call you to hear your side of the story. If you do feel comfortable to express yourself in our local Franca, you're welcome to do so, or in the Queen's language. Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much, Khadija, and thanks for linking me. I arrived in Kenema on Tuesday night. The morning hours of Wednesday, I got information that some people were about to be quarantined, or there was a suspected case along Damba Road here in Kenema. So in the afternoon, I decided to visit the area. I went there. I met the military guys or the team on the ground. They are barricaded the place, and some buildings were within the demarcation. So I approached one major who they call Fufana. It was like adamant a little bit in really allowing journalists access to the place. So he said we must not go into the demarcated area. Journalists were not allowed. Hello?
Yes, sir. I'm here. I'm listening to you,
Okay.
sir. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so he said journalists were not allowed into the demarcated area. So we came outside. Okay. But I told him, in as much as I said we are not allowed, but why is it that there is a vehicle in within this area you guys have demarcated, a commercial vehicle, more than 15 youth guys were offloading cement into a Limani shop. I said, how is that related to COVID fight? Those guys are also humans, 15 of them who are not essential workers, and you have allowed them to operate within that particular demarcated areas where journalists are being declared. I said, this is not done. I said, can you please just allow me have a snapshot of what they are doing there? He said, no, I should.
And I welcome back. I was go to the next one. This was one they do categorically as having they speak on them, but unfortunately, like I said, the device them not being work with me that day. So they go to the next one again. When they talk about say the violence also go down to somebody who mentally ill, where we commonly known as blacker. So I be also want give authentic evidence for back of me statement. And I thank you.
So far, price control on the all man is sell, I buy. No other above no they can ask you, I sell, I buy. Papa will the suffer. We go ask for Papa. Papa don't travel. Papa will the suffer.
Okay, now welcome back. I also bringing to attention another evidence of the young man where I've been also get an interview with, where also I speak on as an example of the countless violence where unfortunately we continue for the experience now we beloved country.
The people in the constituency 110 in Sierra Leone and the entire world on Akusha and Cabo. Me na Khadija to Davis, the APC candidate for constituency 110, where they make this statement on behalf of this young man, where are they shown on this video. This na the young man where they be tortured, na Josephine Jackson, the SLPP candidate in Os. Well, the man go introduce himself and let it explain you na ordeal. Young man, waiting at your name and tell people that waiting happen to you.
The miss me na Amutsi Junction at Simap, a web APC Polo. So they parallel aussi SLPP members there, they come up, they can't say, ya not so say ya this for Gali, ya not so say for Gali, na SLPP Junction. Ya the pass anybody will see a law killer. So on the way, I did party try for one. Joseph a man pull cutlass. He get for chop me on my foot.
Okay, so now I chop you.
Yes, man. Get for chop me on my foot. So on the one score bulla no able going again. Joseph a man say he say on all alone at side alone at Drega go to inside the compound. So they hold me from up the junction outside me, drag me see goes me inside Joseph a compound. So in the way they don't go to me inside Joseph in compound, Joseph left for pull cutlass and chop me and middle me head.
Okay.
So they left for chop me middle me head at the strawberry. They ask me say na ansikari send you. I say me no sabida umare. Uda name ansikari. And me no ever sabida umare. So they left for I did for the struggle. Joseph in umaba pull nef again. Left for shoot me under me. Meaning you chin. Therefore shook me under my chin. So I did part the softness back. Still back. Joseph he get one a man where he saying a guide man where he saying I name 5-0. Therefore come inside room with cutlass. He saw this no law killer. Therefore take the cutlass and chop me on my back.
It's on the back. Okay, wanna see the scars then. Wanna see her all over. Of course, I'll get for forward the video back. Outside and be the torturer. When I see the scars, they no more now.
So I did part the softness. So Joseph say, "Una take along and go lock inside the store for me." So they left for take me, they go put me inside the store. They hold me, they wap stick for me. So Joseph in pick for come inside room. He say, "But this una killer." So they say, "We say for killer." He left for butu for me ace. He bets me ace.
Now see the ace. Okay.
He left for bet me ace. He pits me kanda before me. Say this na beef this. So just starts by you. You know say who that saying not antikali saying I say me not sabi that umari. On the way go they left for say me and lock me inside the store. So when I don't lock me inside the store, some minutes Joseph left for toxic. Una buy for me, una cows for me the 1 gallon fuel. So then cow the 1 gallon fuel. Joseph take the fuel. He give one bubble where they call 1 part in bubble there. When they don't get the fuel, in bubble go claim up the open guys. Son the fuel for the motoka, then burn the motoka. So then burn Joseph begin glad. He said this election, don't win out. So Joseph he left for son. Then see me, say, hey, son, I love the bobo now, I put the bobo now, the bobo don't say all the secret. They say this, not killer. So they all me, they give wap stick for me, they wap stick for me. So I'm not able to do nothing, they wap stick for me. So Joseph he left for say, Joseph he left for one. Joseph he I cry say I want drink kwasa, I want drink kwasa. I say when they kill me, I want drink. Joseph he left for go inside and son acid pan. He say man they can't give me for drink. So one mommy they will see up from up a come inside. He can't say Joseph he compounded they beats me. If they give me the acid, I don't call for drink. So then the mommy come on, he bats the acid. He say bona no kill the bobo. He say I don't beat the bobo, I don't pull up junction, I don't beat sign. He say this. Now acid don't give the bobo, and when them put the acid don't so they boil now gone. So them boil as Joseph will left for slap the mommy. So now pull inside the compound and pull the mommy. So minutes Joseph is saying, say me them go call boatsman for me. Then go call the boatsman. They can't arrange. He say me them go to me do the sea by the water. He give the boatsman there 200,000. And they cry say and say no not so me. I say no member for God. I say because me no know but not see they can't suffer my life. So then goes me, forgot to me per WhatsApp. One woman they what they come out for bye money ten. Now in see what they hang me like beef with stick and they hang so down the hang, then shove the stick me do me with me hand with me leg. Then they goes me. So the woman left for camp behind the pan body and Allah say una can. They say the pan go to the body una can. So what's do they eat me? The ace iron stone they wap for me, send sansan for me and cover me with sansan. So the umaka is score with pull me with parisansa. It puts me down, it take him bobby outside, it quiz and for me. What quiz will go outside, quiz and more. So luckily they go run back, they go cause back the other officer, the other officer they can't hold me, they beat me, wap stock stick for me. They say you, they say it's a matter building a power. They pass anybody who want make low killer. They begin wap stick for me and take me. The other CID man they back who come for chemical at the CID office, hold me. They begin beats me back, they wap stone for me back, they do me all this back, say them go smell the pepper spray me back. I go sick now, then go to hospital, they say for make statement, I know do not say vomit blood, they say for make statement, I know do nothing. What's them do? I did not hospital 8 days, I need drink medicine, nothing, I need take care of me. Like 9 days, they go take me back, they say for go attend courts, and they punish, I remember worker, personally they popo me, and they vomit. Any day I vomit blood, any day I vomit blood, I didn't have station. I did say jail, I vomit blood, I never worker. Past APC members then they do for me inside jail, make them treat me, do for me all thing. I did say there I suffer, I did say almost months I suffer. So from there, the first time back for them pull we to Canada. Still, we go course back. Saturday, I did instruct moments. I come, and Sikari can do for me a great wonders where my own people and baby not able to do for me. They can do them for me. See what don't say for me almost years. I'm not able to do nothing. They do this operation for me and then police and here for me. What them be they say na bomb I put inside there. Then pull on the stitches this now so they do that they all for me.
Okay, young man, boku, thank you. Me people them, this na the ordeal, na the struggle where this young man goes through. The very first encounter with him, to anything where I hold sacred na this world, I not ever sabi this young man. The very first day was sabi him, na where I go na Pademba Road, the first appearance. That ended this in left eye. It don't swell. This left eye, from that day, of course, when I see, we side and torture him, we all side be swell panam. I read, they ask who that na antikadi, they ask Karamoka about who that na antikadi. Now I go a hug him. He begin for cry. Now I promise and say, when they give him bail, I ask him for him, mama, I say, mama, no di. I say, okay, when they give him bail, I go and let him do with me na host. I say I will help him for let them do the annual operation. And I tell God thank you. And I be one of the people that will be go take a court where they release very late at night, around 9 p.m. Some of them reside in Hamilton. We go left them inside one hillocks where the number video all over social media for say APC people and the care go talk them. Ina be one of the bobo then will go take a court with other people who be there in Hamilton who will go left because people in the way know saying around 9 p.m. who pull them a court. Now left will go left them. 1-2 days later, now we get for understand say the Hilux number they all over social media say APC they carry talks them. Well, so lie the way lie, it left to you and you God. Wait go benefit you, now you sabi. But from this Bobo in story, I want let everybody know say that Hilux what will go with na Hamilton that net for go left people the whole bail na court. When a Hamilton people and they reside with their family, will go for go left them at their homes them. Now a day after they go for talk say Hilux go they go dispatch talks in Hamilton. This na the ordeal where the Bobo go through. I began for Briankana ostomy with God in your blessing. Chegno Majuba, the leader na parliament, Honorable Chegno Majuba, began for help with. Then go do this annual operation. They don't come. When I see in body compared to the time where they torture them, we tell God thank you. A day with me now, Naya, as at the top, it just one go, it's the close. Put it in the let them see there. It just one go for let them go remove the stitches then. But I don't see say if you go for go remove the stitches, then say they come, then go don't plaster them. I say like just do a video for let people then get an update on this bubble because the cannibal way them be tortured and Bokuma feel say don't die. But like I can say, life na God the give. Power na God the give. We tell God thank you for this young man in life. And I strongly believe say, God gets purpose for in life. Otherwise, with all what he go through, young man as it is, look who side and butcher in foot up till line not well yet. Then stitch him. Look here. The other side where they chop him. You see the scars they're all over his back. You see in ears, who side them bet him, put his skin. They say they'll cook him for him. You see in head na ya, who side them chop him. You see in chin, who side them choke him with knife. Now God na him gets in life. Now God na him gets in life. So as I dey talk, this na the young man. He not still well yet. He dey na here with me. Look scars there all over. Who side them chop him. He still there na here with me. Me people na constituency 110 in Sierra Leone and the entire world. Una Kushe and Cabo. Me na Khadija to Davis, the APC candidate for constituency 110. Where they make this statement on behalf of this young man, where are they shown na this video. This na the young man where they be tortured, na Josephine Jackson, the SLPP candidate in Os. Well, the Bobo go introduce himself.
And I welcome back. Again, that is another authentic evidence of one of by far the most painful interview where we ever get for conduct, where I get first-hand submission from the victim himself. When I be they refer to selective justice, injustice, and violence. This is not a good example. They can say anything when they talk. We always want back out authentic evidence. I see Mr. Ivan, welcome, by the way. You they say something about nonsense. I'm sorry that you feel that way. But if we take out we affiliation, put it on side, and we think about humanity, we think about the life of your fellow Sierra Leonean, I believe, say, you're not going to refer to such unfortunate situation or incident as nonsense. But again, you're entitled to your own opinion. But I just hope that you would think humanity versus party affiliation. And I'll welcome, I will try to acknowledge that very soon. I will also give in another few other evidence before I summarize everything, and then before we land to today's topic. Mr. Congolese, welcome, sir. Thank you for being part of us, and thank you for your kind compliments. And I'll go acknowledge some of it in a little bit. Now I lost some of my thoughts then, and then we will come right back here. And I thank you. I want to share some of the incidents about Okay, now give this example first with, I think I don't share that, but just in case I haven't, let me share one or two things with a conversation with sitting president and Bill Gates. Now, welcome back.
We are providing not only tuition, but also textbooks, uniforms, and providing nutrition so that that can keep them in school. So I truly believe that we can do the quantum leap.
So that was the unfortunate, so I can always say the unfortunate speech wherein the president give the impression, say, it will provide not only free tuition, but books and uniform, wherein I suggest saying the better approach could have been or should have been, wherein it is say my long-term goal now for now go able for provide uniform, books as well as tuition, but unfortunately the impression was that all this was already done, which that was not the case. And even the quote-unquote free quality education, where I don't give some I call them some points them as to how we go able to accomplish this free as well as the quality, which entails a whole lot. One is one, no, puts the teachers, like I always say, the two important people in the world after God and with parents, then of course, teachers and doctors. The teacher and they make the president, the lawyer, so on and so forth, wherein the doctors or anybody in the medical field, they're designed to help save lives. So if we're saying that we're trying to leave a legacy of free quality education, your first priority for make sure say you satisfy the teachers there, so we don't see teachers protest, which I don't do. I think one of my very first show on the then platform, it was one, I think it was the doctor and the teacher, if I'm not mistaken. They're vital now with society, and and I also make the comparison with the then administration wherein when Ebola come in, because they know the importance of teachers, even though they're not being to teach at that time, then still being there on the payroll, then they get paid because it was situation beyond their own control. And of course, the then government therefore puts them into consideration for no say. They not refuse for go to work, but because of with epidemic they get at that time, I call and limits them for letting go and go work. But at the same time, they get the responsibility, they get them family for take care of. Hence the reason why they find them deemed necessary for make sure say then salary still being active despite the fact that they were not there physically. I also talk about in terms of free quality education, we go for make sure say every I call it district, or I don't know how they call it under, or constituency get a bus for the students them, because you're not gonna expect a student to walk at 2-3 miles or 5 miles or 10 miles for go school. By the time he don't go, he or she is exhausted, they don't sweat, they're not gonna smell pleasant, so on and so forth. So all that is part of the process or the quote unquote quality education. I also talk about if they're not able to give at least 2 meal or 3 meal, which is breakfast, lunch, and snack before they left school, at least the most important meal of the day when at breakfast, because research make it specified that if a student not take breakfast, or it can interfere with how much then they go able for focus, so on and so forth. So all that in a part of free quality education. I also talk about making sure that these teachers, not only their salary, but they get the necessary equipment, whether not chalk, not the board, or what if we say one day in the 21st century, it also involved computer, outside and go documents them, grades or other things them. I also talk about the importance of having a library. We cannot limit with students to just after school then go home wherein maybe there's a lot of distraction, or then go force them for net and go sell. But if they get a public library, obviously they can go there, so on and so forth. I also talk about tutoring, the extra, because you can get 20,000 students in a class. Maybe out of the 20, 10,000 go comprehend faster. Some of we they learn through audio, we they learn through visual, it's different, tactical, you name it. Some student, maybe out of the 20, 10,000 go able for comprehend during class lecture. What about the other 10? So we get for set a system wherein after school there's also an extra tutoring we make available to them. We then go able to get that extra time. As the saying goes, say, yeah, no child is left behind. So not that they are dumb, or like how Emma Single say coconut head. We not get coconut head, but some of we they either receive them sooner or later. So the one that they receive them later, also, if you want to leave a legacy of good quality education, all that need to be put into consideration for now you get a successful flagship campaign where you don't embark on. That's all now. Some of the things that I talk about, the free quality education. What else? I will come back and share some other things that I want to share with Tina, and then we learn to with today on.
This we call home. Some people have to take visas, Sierra Leoneans, to go back home, which is not necessary. We are going to work on the double citizenship issue, which quite a lot of people have been grumbling about, and rightly so. We have all been out here, and coming out here doesn't mean you don't like home. Circumstances have led to that. And you want to go back home any moment. It should not be a sentence. So we are going to engage. It's a little politically sensitive because we have to take it through Parliament so that you can have double citizenship and also aspire to positions. At the moment, it's extremely difficult. That is going to be a serious campaign because
so then they in a welcome back, then in a basically another authentic evidence of so many promises by this administration, specifically for we sitting president about dual citizen. Now it is up to you guys for decide whether or not that has come to pass. So I can always say the sweet or lies, or the lies that is designed for butter way up, for making it we put we trust, we hope say it is a new direction, or they are going to do something different. But evidently that is not the case. So now, make I go back again and re-echo some of the significant points them. As in, I know the other day we will go in and out of what have been. They say some of the significant points them were lost in the way because of the technical glitch. So the reason why I go back and bring some of these audio or these videos is like I say again, for now get authentic evidence for backup me statements them. They not seem like I'm just saying it, but rather it's reality waiting happen. So now in the case of Alpha Saido, then we basically before we sit in presidents come as presidents, I think before the campaign time, it talk about a series of things them concerns them we been get, where it say and I quote unquote everything what they say quote unquote as in ourselves don't yeri for in ourselves. Some of the concerns that we been make is that one, it say the sitting presidents before it been there, we been there as opposition during the Ebola epidemic. It not been calm right away. It decide for dragging foot stay where the hard parts don't come out. Then it calm. When it calm, it go and meet the then president, and then of course himself because of bipartisan, which I always can commend him for that, because he had the right to say I do not want you to help or thank you, but no thanks. But he did go ahead and say okay, because of bipartisan, this fight is not only one person on one political party, because we're talking about Sierra Leone as a whole. So again, some money for say okay, go and go sensitize the people them in the south, given the obvious of the language barrier to some Sierra Leoneans, way may, in the case of we sitting president, it much easier because it can relate in terms of the language. So it give that money there. Alpha side to say there was no accountability, meaning that what he puts that money there pa, give account to X, Y, and Z. Say, did he really use that money towards desensitization as it was assigned for? That's another thing. It also talk about thuggery, violence. It give the example of the excuse me, we sitting I call him deputy internal minister, where it give examples, say within law school as well as when then at the army, then we get for dismiss him because of in conduct, and he always want to do the racial, or sorry, the tribal card as if because in na X, Y, and Z, and I make them pull them, but rather it wants say they suggest say a need for holding self accountable of what they do, where they lead for net and push her out of them two different institutions, and they. It talk about like what Emma Singh will say Babati, but in your case, I guess they like what some they will say there's a SLPP, there is pauper. So in other words, the pauper now like more of the aggressive, or it's my way or the highway, that type of thing. So it makes many it talk about lie too. It talk about several times it make emphasis on the thuggery and so on and so forth, and it also make link with the main opposition as well, to be fair. And what else? So basically, okay, and then of course with Ibrahim Conte, like I say, and I don't see the obvious of waiting. I mean, also they talk in terms of Madam Josephine Jackson. None of these people were held accountable or for say then go for further investigation or called or arrested, none of that. And during that submission of Josephine Jackson, I can recall one audio where he make where he even said chief minister them in day 9 O's. He called series of people them. So none of these people were held accountable. And I also play another video where they talk about democracy, where that was a great example of a leader in Africa, where they talk about say democracy, a good democracy is wherein the citizen are able to exercise their rights, whether it's protest. In the example of let's say McKinney wouldn't say no, we're not allowing our phone take this thing per way. Then it was then the place of we government officials then for say, okay, no, find a better way how we'll resolve this, or a better solution. So that is all a good example of waiting democracy for look like versus unfortunately waiting we see. So now entertaining a little bit, at least I don't get all the detail and I don't see for in herself. Now we entertain ourselves a little bit, and they come right back and land to Madam Fatima Bio, we First Lady of the Republic of Sierra Leone, and I welcome once again. But let me see if I can acknowledge some of you. Mr. Mansour, United Kingdom, welcome, sir. Mr. Karimo, that wasn't true. Okay, so tell me what's in a true. Welcome, sir. Mr. Sequence Dumbia, welcome, sir. Madam Rama Koroma, welcome. Mr. Prince, United Kingdom, welcome. Mr. Prince Thorpe, Thorpe, welcome, sir. Miss Madam Asanatu, welcome. Mr. Congolese, welcome once again. Some of you need to see also in Abiami. Mr. Korombo, welcome. What else? Mr. Usman, I see you in the house. Usman Conte, welcome. Mr. Mohammed Kamara, welcome. Madam Salima too. And I welcome we are not able to see our names then. I forgive Mr. Alfred Conte from the Garden State. Welcome, sir. I see you. All right, so and I patiently small, not taking that to a nice tune, and then they come right back and land to the rest.
Innocent. Fais la quantité. That young gonna be.
How you dey wish for see me downfall? You know want for make I stand tall. You want for pull me side, like say in a brown fall. If in me destiny you want for jam all. Some of them are whitey black cats, charlottes. Look then they can clats. They don't come with them by that. Some of them are whitey black cats, charlottes. Subri salads. They don't come with them by that. But not to me passion. Sickness, not to me passion. Poverty, not to me passion. Not to me passion, not to me passion. Oh yeah, not to me passion. Fan sababu, not to me passion. Trouble, not to me passion. Not to me passion, not to me passion. Oh yeah, not to me passion. They know what make I go before. They want make I go below. And I want to see where you they grow. But I go reap waiting and so. Some of them are whitey black cats, charlottes. Look then they can clats. They don't come with them by that. Some of them are whitey black cats, charlottes. Subri salads. They don't come with them by that. But not to me passion. Sickness, not to me passion. Poverty, not to me passion. Not to me passion, not to me passion. Oh yeah, not to me passion. Bad sababu, not to me passion. Trouble, not to me passion. Not to me passion, not to me passion. Oh yeah, not to me passion. And you they laugh before me face, but you they talk behind me back. You just they show me you white it, but deep inside you acting black. Tell me why you they envy me? Are you they envy me? Are you they envy me? Are you they envy me? When I God gave me destiny, are you they envy me? 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 When I God gave me destiny, sickness not to me passion, poverty.
That is from our brilliant brother, Mr. Innocent Inno. So now taking that to one more, then we will land to we First Lady in Saga. Now welcome once again.
Salo sweet on the beat. You know, mommy, I look tight, so that's great. Diamond Line Entertainment. Treso, but tell the music. They said the gun guy, me a trouble. I know they tongue on me a trouble. Let the buckle, me a trouble. I know they tongue on me a trouble. So jog for me a trouble. I know they tongue on me a trouble. But that buckle, me a trouble. I know they tongue on me a trouble. I know they tango. If you don't camp and fet, oh, you want to me for the fet, oh. Me a trouble. I know they tango. If you don't go take, oh, you want mix me for the cake. I know they tango, me a trouble. I know they are broken law. Why you are broken law? I didn't see one body. No, give me one body. You know they are broken law. Why you are broken law? I didn't see one body. No, give me one body. I know they tongue chef me a trouble. I the bounce inside bones, Alvin. You go take them a dollar and the apple says that the get today. I travel, you go respect the law. I travel, not true. You go look at beginning, slap and papa, you really say I do. I travel, no they use politics for the humiliating copy. We all know one fumble. The ground right bang, I travel. No they come on and net they use bazooka when they broke people hoes. I travel, education, day for them beginning. You want they jump out, run the beginning. Hey! I travel. They say the gun guy, me a travel. I know they tongue on me a travel. Let the buckle, me a travel. I know they tongue on me a travel. So jog for me a travel. I know they tongue on me a travel. But that buckle, me a travel. I know they tongue on me a travel. Take 1, 2, me a travel. Some man they doubt our travel. Boku lebe, I know they holiday, I know they put. they say the one guy, me a trouble. I don't get on more, me a trouble. Let them go, me a trouble. I don't get on more, me a trouble. So jump for me a trouble. I don't get on more, me a trouble. Back and forth, me a trouble. I don't get on more, me a trouble. I know the time, if you don't come perfect, oh, you want to be perfect, me a trouble. I know the time, it don't go take you take, oh, you want to me party. I know the time, me a trouble. Why you are broke, Lord? I didn't see my body, not give me one body. You know they are broke, Lord. Why you are broke, Lord? I didn't see my body, not give me one body. I know they don't serve me a trouble. I can bounce inside bones and me. No one take up a dollar. I'm probably saying that he gets it. I'm trouble. You go respect the law. I'm trouble. No one who can begin to slap and cover you. Please say there. I'm trouble. You study takes on you. Me let it up. We all know one from two. Trouble. You don't like them. I'm trouble. Come on and get you. Use my sugar when they broke you. Oh, I'm trouble. Education. There for them to keep on the side. You want to jump out. Small begin. I'm trouble. They say the one guy, me a trouble. I don't get on more, me a trouble. Let them go, me a trouble. I don't get on more, me a trouble. So jump for me a trouble. I don't get on more, me a trouble. Back and forth, me a trouble. I don't get on more, me a trouble. Take 1, 2, me a trouble. From Monday down to our trouble. But I know the holiday, I know the pull day, me a trouble. Germany, they said they lost Barato. I know they can't claim boxing, Pampado. We are trouble. You when they can't come with price, now the same way they make me the trouble. You too bad. I want that trouble, me a trouble. Why you are broke, Lord? I didn't see my body. I give you one body. You know they are broke, why you are broke, Lord? I didn't see my body. I give you one body.
Of course, Mr. Sanat, welcome. Enjoy yourself. Madam Ruth from United Kingdom, welcome. I see you. All right, now get to business now. Interesting. So, one of the things I say, we fly not being gets ready on time. Like I said, I just decide for do this at the last moment, and basically, one of the things I write, I say 5 steps forward, 10 steps backwards. In other words, the other day on this platform, like I say, we're not just designed for pointing out the weakness, but rather where accolade is deserved, needs to be given. And similarly to that, when the former president and we sitting president meet somewhere last year, if I'm not mistaken, either November or September, I got to check the date again. For me, I think that was a nice day. Many, they say, oh, not so be happy, quick for rejoice. And unfortunately, they were right. I was wrong. So now, in terms of with First Lady, like I say, I've been given accolade for say that certain things them already done, they change in terms of in action or in reaction to Sierra Leonean a method of approach in talking seems to don't change. But there's certain things that what he's saying at this interview, it seem like we Emerson can say we are not coconut heads, and there's nothing as beautiful as holding oneself accountable when you do something wrong. Hold yourself to it, acknowledge your mistakes. That's go prepare you for become a better person. We're not designed to be perfect. I am not perfect. I leave everyday room for improvement. When I'm done with this year, anybody will see me weakness when I'm in close people, then I'm in circle, then tell me I acknowledge, accept, and try for be better me. You know, we are not designed to be perfect. But like I say, so based on my observation, I go into this audio one by one with what it is say and critically analyze them. One of which, like I say, it play Sierra Leoneans like we're dumb. It play like she doesn't know anything. So, but before I go into the detail, now do one step by step. Now go do one together.
Because they have blessed my husband to be the president of this country. Because
now repeats that again. It said because they have blessed my husband to be the president, of this country?
Because they have blessed my husband to be the president of this country. Because they voted for my husband gives me.
Sorry.
Because they have blessed my husband to be the president of this country. Because they voted for my husband gives me the right to be the first lady.
Okay, because they vote for my husband gives me the right to become the first lady. That is not a right to go send a privilege and a blessing by God.
So I do not abuse that. I know I'm here as
the first lady say not abuse them, but let me give series of example of how this woman has abused the privilege given to her by God. Because anything I got the destiny. How have you abused your privilege? One, you have talked down on Sierra Leoneans. Like I say, I've really been to look forward to the better side of you, in the sense that wherein you the change for move forward to do things better, from learn from the mistakes and respect and treat people with dignity and accept your mistakes them and own up to your mistake without placing the blame game or trying to play smart. So anyhow, so let's point out some of the abuse. The fact that you go na a meeting with your husband, we happen to be with presidents, and a meeting wherein it consists of people of high caliber, you understand, where you for act and behave in a certain way. Let me give you a good example, madam. Like I can tell you, if even you dare at the age of 20, when you don't dare in a position wherein you don't become the first lady, or you don't marry into certain family, you are expected to behave certain way. A good example, the Queen of England. In grandson, he married to, well, two grandson. One way, of course, in I know the first boy way a little bit laid back. The other one is more like in my personality. Just want to leave the the how you call the poor man life, you know, worry about the wealth or whatever the case may be. But that first one, it kind of the family, and no say, now this is expected of you are way older than her, maybe 20 years older than her. You understand? But she's young, but because of he gets an obligation where he married, and because he gets a choice, say, I do not want to marry into this. Or me and my partner go agree, say, if I'm married into this, we go relocate in the United States, like how the small brother do, for now leave me life for me and leave. So now, in his case, he accepts what's he married into, he embraced the culture. If not hats, then get for well. If not, then old granny close, then where we the look saying old granny. You understand? They wear them, they respect everything. Them the what's in that culture, the custom of being part of the Queen family. So mind you, you're way older, like I said, 20 years. But in us say no, they go tin up now the Queen the head, they disrespect the English people them, they go talk down on them. No, they respect Usai God put her and accept them. You know, go say you they accept only by waiting comfortable for you. Like I say, you being married to with president comes a price tag. A price tag where you get for uphold and you get for respect, and part of it is respecting the culture, the people, the country as a whole. That involves your mannerism, your method of approach, what you wear, how you speak, when not to speak. So in the example of that meeting day where you go live, and I can see, I don't talk this now one other show I've been make. I can see how maybe annoyed with president was, because in they front to you, just they take your camera, they laugh like as if it was a kindergarten joke. Why did they make the man they walk out, even people then begin provoke in foot or whatever the case may be? That is very embarrassing for we as a nation, for you as a first lady. So that's one of the ways you don't abuse the privilege given to you by God. The other thing is like I say here, and it will become redundant in terms of the way you did talk to Sierra Leoneans in the past. The example of when you go Gambia, wherein then go interview you, what you talk, they say, you even ask them, say, if now your money you go use for put lights in a boy in Kenema. You also go back and say, when you're in a salon, you they look rough. Now, only when you go to Gambia, then they take care of you, whatever the case may be. So all that is abusing you privilege as a first lady. If you talk about mob justice, that's all abusing you privilege because it's not your place. When you go in the capacity of a minister, or you want to stand in the way of any ministry, in the example of the inauguration, that is not your place to put things together. You're there to be a support system, but rather we forget a committee or a ministry were designed for make sure say they organize the inauguration, make sure say it's a success or whatever the case may be. It is not the place for JBS women. They can help in terms of like cleaning or packing or whatever the case may be. But when it comes to that decision making, the reason why we sit in presidents get ministers then or different ministries, because it trusts them say on Aeon behalf, then go live up to expectation. And one of which it was the inauguration. How you abused your rights or your privilege as not a right, you privilege as a first lady. When you make waiting women the things in an honest promise. So we artist them, we Sierra Leone artist them, where it be saying that them you for empower na their own day. We get to Nigerian brothers, them they're talented, fine, but this is our event. When you step on their toes, you make sure say they not be the head or the main artist them on the day of real inauguration. That is you abusing your privilege as a first lady. It's so many things them, you understand. When you say you to get what's it ants of our girls, you understand, specific amount of funding was allocated to you. That means I can always say this. How have you used that money to ensure that it is a success and Sierra Leoneans, whether it's the girls, the women, them or whatever, then benefit from this hands off our girls. I don't make details of things then way you could do. Then say we'll get an emergency line specifically designed for that. I also make a suggestion. What about 3 lines? So if 2 they engage, given the obvious of what's in the go on, at least 1 go there where it be say at least it bad say, or at least 3 lines at the same time. It go expedite the process if somebody there in crisis. And not only we get a specific area where then people had to go there in case of an emergency, but like I can say, not only the physical aspect, what about the long-term approach in terms of therapy, seeing a psychologist, you name it. All those need to, I also the state they compensate them victims there. So because in the case of maybe the United States, people then find themselves in that category, and they also look at compensating them individual. So having the fund and making sure you put in those funds into the correct use is also part of you abusing, you understand, you privilege. If you they go, you they say any body winner that belong to the Sierra Leone People's Party are so-called not only a true Sierra Leonean or whatever the case may be, that is also abusing your privilege as a first lady. If you go on your wall about 2 days ago, if I'm not mistaken, you did tell thank you to the Sierra Leone People's Party. That is also abusing. You're supposed to be saying thanks to Sierra Leoneans as a whole. You're no longer in a club wherein the club is only the Sierra Leone People's Party Club or the APC Club or whatever you want to call them. You are now helping your husband for be successful, and part of that is acknowledging that your husband is not only responsible for APC Club, SLPP Club. I'm just saying that because none of them are club or rather an institution, you understand. So if he's the president of the Republic of Sierra Leone, and for Sierra Leoneans, you therefore choose your words wisely. You're not choosing your words wisely and in a responsible manner. Of course, it's also part of you abusing or your privilege as being the first lady. Yeah, thank you, sir. Sorry, I've been trying to read some of the comments. Yeah, so those are a series of things. Them when you use the word "say," we go meet up in these special courts, and some of in a excuse me in a private part then for make barbecue. That's not your place to say. That is aggressive. That is low blow. That is also violence, promoting violence, because everybody is innocent until proven guilty, and they have to follow the due process, and then get lawyers then would design for that. You are supposed to be the cumbra, the support system. If them picking they are so God forbid then go through such crisis, you for day for be as a mommy, but rather not the opposite, wherein you are just aggressive, use violence, and you think that everything have to be handled or resolved in a violent manner. Speaking about mob justice on multiple occasion, again, it's abusing the place where you husband for speak when are we own presidents, when are in with for the year from, and you go there, you tin up because you think that you are powerful, or because now you're not the first lady. It's a turn off, and it's also an evidence of you abusing your privilege as a first lady. Take the example of Michelle Obama. Some are saying that even a husband in speech, some of them in the right time, but when you go outside, you get for respect your husband, making him feel saying that in the lead. If even you want to say that you push you over, no darling, this not your place. When you go to the bedroom, you can talk that day. You understand? So those are all example of you abusing your privilege as first lady. Make we they go again now further no further listen to some of the comments then we the statements that we make by this interview. And I will try for send the line soon for now, I go call but in a patience me small. No, we'll go further.
As long as they keep my husband in power, and I am grateful that
as long as they keep my husband in power, they are grateful. The only way your husband go there in power now by ballot box. And how is that? It's by making sure that Sierra Leoneans are treated with dignity, respect, and everybody get peace. Elect it fail woefully in terms of the economy, but if every Sierra Leonean lives is treated with dignity and respect, and that every region, tribe are treated equally, then of course you not even get for talk that we the people of Sierra Leone go decide say we go to the ballot box and we'll go on behalf of your husband and vote for him. Make where they go.
they believe in His Excellency retired Brigadier Julius Madabio to lead them as the president.
You say they believe in the president, retired Brigadier Julius Madabio, for lead we. To a certain extent, you might be right. Because of the promises prior to him coming to governance and telling people that say this is a new direction, and I don't play series of those statements where they make say the economy this, the economy that, I want to do better in terms of the loophole, the education sector, bread and butter issue. But again, Sierra Leone will be the judge.
President of this country, and I'm grateful that they see me fit to be one of them and serve them. My job is to serve. How would you rate?
To say a word and to put it in and connect it into reality is another thing. If you know saying that your job for serve, you should be a very humble, respectable woman to not only Sierra Leoneans but especially to the how you call the people that where they work directly with your husband, whether they're not ministers then now or they're not the cook now or where they clean at the also where they wash close, so you get to respect them because that's not the example of saying make. But even in the case of the chief minister Udoyeri, where they pull Instagram, say they want to get PhD as alleged. You understand? Udoyeri say alleged, say you don't slap him. All those things are big time turn off. If it's true, it's big time turn off. You cannot say that you're there to serve and your words is one thing and your action is totally opposite of what you say. You cannot say that you're there to serve where the old mic in front of your husband, they allow you for they behind them or beside them, which is not your place for address we as a nation. That is his place. Not because your husband so low key or whatever, you know, want talk in a gonna prayer. We be Muslim, you know, say Muslim woman for always they behind where they pray. You go take the abuse down. Then they all is an example of you abusing it, and that is not an example of somebody where they say you're there to serve. If you're there to serve, another thing why we don't talk on this platform, you go make sure say you like this hands of our girls. You call all political parties, especially the woman them say, let them join voice with you. It don't matter say they not get for be that JBS movement or the Sierra Leone People's Party, but rather in an effort for unified way for make sure say you bring Sierra Leoneans together. That's the way you go convince we say you believe say you deserve rather than you can't see nap now we aid. Now we they go.
How you are serving in this role, I should be rated by the people of the country. The people of Sierra Leone will be best to say she has served us well.
You're right. You said the people of Sierra Leone, now we they rate you. And you don't know how we don't rate you. As per evidence of what you therefore say later. And they come to that. Indeed, now we they rate you, you cannot rate yourself. And we don't rate you from day one, but yet still, like I say, the other 2 weeks back, I don't look and say you don't go 5 steps forward. But now you don't come back 10 steps behind. Because when you try for play smart and you try for insult away, whether it's directly or indirectly, then of course we get for raise your voice. And so far we grade for you, it's not good. And we'll continue for grade you.
Because I'm not here serving myself, I'm serving the people. So they should know whether I am doing a good job or I'm not doing a good job.
And I'm sure we don't make it clear to you say you are not doing a good job. And if people will not tell you, you get forget the fairness of God and your conscience. There's no way you go say you do God, where you do good, where you abuse people them, you go against the waiting God wants. You understand? I can always say all this is vanity. You understand? Nothing how you call them last forever, and nothing that they benefit you except for your goodness and the way you treat you company them, so on and so forth. Now I go help you this world and next world. I will continue.
Rate yourself. Only selfish people rate themselves. Do you take criticism lightly? Do those things bother you? Sometimes when people fabricate lies about you.
Okay, do you take criticism lightly? The one thing I noticed by this interview, you know, they ever answer the question whether it's yes or no. This is why many people, they run away from this platform. Because when they ask you question, answer them before even you go continue for go further. Do you take criticism lightly? You did not answer. You just say, oh, sometime where people them, no, yeah, what you they can't say.
Especially people who know nothing about you.
Say people then they lie for you. There's no lie here, Madam First Lady, because waiting you the give Sierra Leoneans now that then they talk about you they use your Facebook page as like a kindergarten playground where you go and just make like when you want attention you go write any kind thing for now you get the reaction of Sierra Leoneans. You are no longer like I say in the example of the Queen's family, that young lady where you 20 years or more older than. You understand? It know how to behave. You know, we're going to social media or na gathering. It go begin to go na Facebook or they go na Facebook page. It go begin to go talk all kinds of things for say something negative about England. No. If that's the case, then we'll deal with it accordingly. So again, it comes with a price tag. Now we go further.
Make up stories. Of course, it's hot. Somebody will just wake up in the morning and make up lies and put them on social media or any kind of a media about.
Nobody know they make lies and put on a social media. Obviously now you they put this authentic evidence them na social media. In the case of the McKinney saga, it happened one day, the next day you go na bike, you go na live, you they ride you man. Hey, you know they come join me. Then the man say, I go hang na so. Are you serious? So that is an example of you abusing your privilege as a first lady. So then they not to lie people, then they lie. You make an the authentic evidence where it be say it make it easy for now we able for take them and speak on it. So these are not lie, but rather authentic evidence where happen. Now they go.
About you. When they put lies about you out there, it's so difficult for you to go back and reach all the people that lies has reached to tell them what they're saying is not true. So what have been some of the examples when people take my word out of context and
See, taking your word out of context and lying is two different things. The woman, they ask you for example. Example, you go say, okay, 1935, when this person, a right now world say na X, Y, and Z, that is an example. But you don't continue back with explaining. So there's a difference between answering your question, you interview question, than making an excuse. Again, accountability is also part of having a successful regime or governing a country, holding oneself accountable, things that you have done, you should recognize, you should embrace it, and you for apologize sincerely, and not try for make excuse or try for do the blaming game. Now we'll go further.
misinterpret it and make it look like ice?
Nothing has been misinterpreted. When you go to Gambia, you say, not only Gambian, they make you look right. Where you a salon, you look rough all the time. When you say you not get money, if not your money you go use for boat and kenema for give light, that is not a misinterpretation. It's actually saying exactly what you say. We re-echo them for now you hear them, and when you hear them, you don't like waiting you even you say, but you're not trying to make room for improvement, but rather the blaming game. So ma'am, this is not misinterpreting, but it's we stating, you make a re-echoing your statements and throw it back at you for say it is not right.
Said this or my word means this, when they know they're just making up a story. Those are things that really hurtful. Yes.
Again, nobody need to make story here. What do you do now? We speak on and we bring them to the public for say you cannot do that. It's a no-no.
Indeed, and yet there are some who say some of the things you say publicly are too brash for the office of the First Lady, that you should be more measured in your utterances and reactions. How do you respond to such criticism? Unfortunately, when I become the First Lady of...
Again, you heard what she says, criticism. I can always say there's two things. Criticism is designed for improve you, to become a better you. We're pulling down syndrome where you go say, but then just to talk about this woman, oh, look where you don't fat this and that or whatever. That all is all irrelevant. But your behavior, your mannerism, things that you're doing, and we're pointing it out, is criticism. It asks you a question. How do you handle criticism, or waiting how you can respond to these people?
Sierra Leone, there was no prescription for me. They did not give me a book that I have to read.
There was no prescription for you. They not give you a book for read that you have to blah blah blah. For now, you know how to forget that yourself. But I can always say we're all product of our environment. If you come from a home, and again, I know they even blame the home, because sometimes the way they come up from good home, but it's up to us for take. You understand? So that is not an excuse. If they're not even prescribed, there's no First Lady where they can say, oh, this, now that's all. Now this book here, so wait for read, for know how to take care of yourself or behave yourself. But I believe say it come as part of the package for now, you know, say, I for know better, how for talk, how for waiting for where, when for say so, how, time and place.
This is how a First Lady should behave. I just behave like a normal human being. So I don't know what's the prescribed way of a First Lady. As long as I'm not walking on the street insulting people or taking message running.
You have insulted people not to one time, not to two times, and the evidence is there, and I have shared those evidence multiple times over and over on this platform. If we get for do part 2, I will make it available to the platform, to the audience. So you say you're not taking machetes. Oh yes, indirectly you have, because if you're not able to empower people like Mr. Agata, where it be say empower in the sense that you give them good car, you give them education, you try for making them go vacation, you try for give them office job, or if not even garbage they go take na the office, empower them for now not go na street and go attack person, then of course you have indirectly don't use machetes on certain Sierra Leonean, because we see the authentic evidence where Agata taking machete and they talk about what he go do, what he not go do. So obviously and all man don't know say you buy car for them. So if you buy car for them, say this car now for now you go for a big college, then na good for good thing. But if now for now you go run the errand for the person attack incompetent Sierra Leoneans, then of course you don't take machetes indirectly for unbox Sierra Leoneans then.
After people or walking in the streets naked, when I have to say my mind, I say my mind. I don't think.
When you have to say your mind, you say your mind. But guess what? When you be the campaign, you be the say your mind in the interest of yourself, and we sit in president for now it win. So you been cautious as to what's in the common your mind much. So mind you, what you they say now, talking about your mind, if you be they say that during the campaign time, Sierra Leone not go give you the time and day because you not go fit way, you can't then our neck like George Floyd, then you expect we for now we receive you as a first lady. So it's okay for say you mind, but it's the way which it is that you are saying it, we can be insulting, degrading, belittling Sierra Leoneans.
That's a crime, because no matter what you do, you will please some, but
it's not a crime to speak on the truth or speak truth to power, and this is what I'm doing now. But I respect you, I say things as it is, but without I use profanity, without I not curse you. You understand? Without this, somebody that says without I not abuse you, but rather I speak on the truth and I light things as categorically for now you see the obvious of waiting maybe you know what accept.
There are certain people that no matter what you do in this world, you will not please them. So being a first lady, you really need to develop a thick skin. You have to be. People will hate you for no reason. They will just hate you just because of what you wear. They will.
That is such a kindergarten statement. Then go just hate you for what you wear. Only a woman will not get self-confidence go look you pay and hate you for what you wear. Sometimes it's not what's in with they or the wealth what we get. Some people are millionaire but they're miserable. So all this is worldly material where it's right unfortunate you they focus on for say, oh, then they jealous you. No. They do not hate you as an individual, but they hate the behavior or certain things the way they do for misrepresent we, for belittle we as Sierra Leonean. That's what they hate, and that is what they will continue to make emphasis on until we see the results what we they hope for in a first lady.
We hate you just because of the way you do your makeup, and that's the pettiness.
Seriously, ma'am. You say them go hate you because of the way they do your makeup. You say not pettiness. So now again I say that you not the one we petty about that such statement. It's a kindergarten statement. It's somebody where they go say nursery. Say, oh, you not like me because of me makeup today. Now them picking and they talk that. Not a first lady. That is so kindergarten statement. I don't even know how to put them.
I was just thinking, would you consider approaching your predecessor, Mrs. Sani Koroma, for it?
This lady is marvelous. I love it. You know what's in? Because this platform, I don't use that over and over again. I say you predecessor that mommy day for be that woman day, sorry, if for be somebody where you they take as you big sister, where you go learn a whole lot. I even make an example, say man they can get ego, but you as the woman, you go say to them, but how you do more? What's in that you know how? Who's gonna be your weakness? Who's gonna your strength? How you understand? How you they prepare will get dignitaries them for come in, what you can do, blah blah. You know, enough for be a competition, always some. Like I can say again, the sycophants, the diehards, how you call them, party picking and go say, hey, but left Khadija, whatever the case may be. You understand? Oh, why you go ask him? You don't need for ask him. But no, when you humble yourself, and you just say you are here to serve. When you humble yourself, you don't learn so much from that woman, because in on they not only 5 years, 10 years. So if even you feel say, oh, she's not, whatever the case may be, you understand, you go say, okay, when I take from the positive and embrace some. So I love that question, and that is something I've re-echo over and over and over on this platform, wherein you can learn so much from that woman, and it should never be a competition. You see the diehards, sycophants, they say, "Bo, now been dormant, first lady." It is not true. but in no imposition say, I am here to, because they say behind every strong man there is that strong woman. So in no say in place now for be side by side or behind them and push them forward for now is succeed, but not overcome in front of them, speak on in behalf, you understand, molest the Sierra Leonean people them, cack yourself like for say indeed I am better than every Sierra Leone woman. No, that was not her position. So if you be don't take and say this na my big sister, and I'm willing and humble for learn from him, you for be don't succeed in so many ways that some of these blunders way they make, continue for make, and not go exist. Now we continue.
Tip or two in First Lady etiquette. She was there for 10 years, and I'm sure she has a lot to tell you about. The one thing I learned from Auntie Sia before she left,
they ask you say if you don't ask them for now give you some pointers them where you go benefit from because you don't did it 10 years. You don't answer the question, no. You just go brrrp. You say what you learn from ma'am, and I listen.
She said to me, when you're the first lady, they're going to come after you. But I
you see, you not answer whether you learn anything with beneficial for you, for help you be that good first lady, but rather you say, oh, what's he been say? Oh, then go attack you. Who's public figure where they not go attack? Elect not to you, not to even the first lady, then go attack you. So that is irrelevant. The question where they ask, what thing you don't pick from this woman? What thing you don't ask and say, big sis, what thing I go learn from you, what go better me, go help me for be a better wife, behind me husband for not be successful. That you failed for answer that question. You go around the question, you were self-centered and worried about putting a picture, say, every Sierra Leonean hates you, then just the jealous of you, then just they come after you. It's not true. It's not true at all.
never knew they were going to come after me. I think with her, it wasn't as bad as it is.
You said you never thought they would come after you as they did this way, and with time it be a little bit better. That is so not true. The reason being why then they come after you, because every day they molest them. Not one evidence you go come of Madam Mrs. Sia Nyamakoma where we go use against and say it don't molest we, or it don't go na kono or Kabbalah for say, oh, Kabbalah people then they sabi embrace Sam, but Freetown people they not sabi embrace Sam. Never. She has never done that. Never. Never you go see. And I met this woman. I have high respect for him because I was honored, and I say this with humility as a single parent in this New Jersey. I not get no connection for say I asked for it. The honor was brought to me, then call me personally, say me last speaking I for receive with then president. That was about maybe 7 years ago or whatever the case may be. Saying I for receive him when it comes to the United States. That woman was so humble. When I say work side by side, fall in hand, and nothing, respect himself, respect with president, because she knows she's not the leader. She happens to be the first lady by default because of her being the wife of the president. So in position, how we be they make the woman feel like mumusef, you understand? But that not mean say she's not productive. I can always repeat this over and over for the one day where they give you a misguided thing. It gets a lot of things that way, but the one of which I understand, say even the in terms of the woman and children medical thingy Naim of course been proposed unto her husband, but she was always in the back, you understand, when it comes to the Christmas thing with the picking them. She does a lot of things then, but of course it not been just like, oh yes, me not you, oh they almost see me, that type of thing, you understand. A woman way well equipped in terms of academic wise, you understand, but then they can't say, oh now this degree, now this university I go no, you see. So please, no, we not get it twisted
now, because even though there was social media, but there was not much attention on her as a person. She was the first lady, yes.
So the attention on her, you bring the attention to you. Whenever they not give you attention, you they go play on your Facebook wall and write something for peace of Sierra Leoneans, or for now you get Sierra Leonean talking. You are looking for the attention. She is not looking for it. You talk and specifically, but when you interview her, it do it's way weird. Where you talk, say you like the attention, you like the drama or whatever. That's the type of person that you are. She is opposite of that. She's a shy and more of an introvert. While you are like an extrovert, you want no say. You don't come in the building. Like how we culture they say, Sunkuruba and Kamarimba. You understand? The Kamarimba na bluff man, the Sunkuruba na the bluff woman. You understand? So you want just this center and forward. If Sierra Leoneans are quiet about you, they're not hearing about you. They can't like Facebook. You play games. You just play games for nothing hearing about you, and that is rather unfortunate. That energy for the put on the hands of our girls, or you for the go and help Darlene. I just can't surprise you in our office. What I can do for help you? How was your day? That's the stuff you for they do. You understand?
But then she wasn't that exposed to all of this. I came in as not only an actress, but I came in as somebody who also was part of the media.
What does actress have to do with you now being the first lady? The president of Liberia was once a footballer, yeah, or soccer player, we'll say we can call him. But in they come every day say, oh yes, I've been in, I mean I've been this, mean I've been superstar, whatever. The focus now, by default, you're first lady and you're there to represent your husband to the very best of your ability. Where you're not gonna bring a shame, you're not gonna bring a country shame. And you represent and you go stand as an example for that picking within a village. We're going to say, me too, there's an opportunity or there's a possibility for, say, one day I will be the next Fatima Bio. But it can only be that based on the example where you decide for life or the legacy where you left. Anybody when they try for critique you in a positive way, not for put you down, then they not like you. You understand? Because this is your legacy where you left behind.
But the one thing she told me the day I came as the first lady in the presidential lodge, she said to me, they are going to come after you. They'll say things about you. Even you yourself, you'll be shocked.
Absolutely. And of course, she went through that. Even though been there out there and centered, obviously, she's more of, like I say, an introvert. Of course, then we get a lot of, sorry to say, nasty things to say about this woman. You understand? But she wasn't there to disrespect people. It just been there for acceptance because it come within the territory. Because unfortunately, if anything said, whether a man do good or a do bad, of course, instead get forget the part of that portion day. That is all part of the territory. That is all part of you accepting the, like I say, it come with a label. So now, if you say you want a president, and you know you man in gold and in ambition, you understand, for becoming the president of Sierra Leone. At that initial stage, you had the right to say, I don't want to be part of it. Or now we don't succeed, say, okay, darling, I love you, but I can't be part of it. You give the opportunity for them to move forward or get somebody else as a wife. But now you accept everything. There's no way you can select what is you accept, meaning the funding or the luxurious ride, the flying, the luxurious hotel, all the positive. And then when it comes to the constructive criticism, you do not want to embrace it and accept it and try for make change. You understand? You cannot select. You have to accept everything as a whole.
So if you stood back and look at yourself from above, would you describe yourself as a combat-ready first lady who is ready to take on an enemy, or as someone more demure and diplomatic? I don't know whether I am diplomatic, really, that one.
Obviously, you're not. Because you cannot go to a diplomatic gathering with diplomats then you go begin to play kindergarten games with going on Facebook Live. You cannot go to those type of function. You begin to laugh. You take the thing. We president in foot all BNM. You take picture of her. It's wrong. You have to respect him. You have to respect us, because everything you do now, then they say a salon first lady. And of course, we are part of that equation. We are Sierra Leonean, so we will continue to give you accolade where is deserved, and we will continue to give you constructive criticism where you deserve it. So of course you are not diplomatic.
It will be a strange interpretation of my character, but I know that no
one will assassinate your character but you. How you like how they say you sell yourself and so the world they buy you. Yeah, there's no way people them you go do good then we'll go begin say hey how we make so no. If you go say Father God when there so you're quiet, you just be like a supportive wife. Of course, the people then go see that and go gravitate towards that. I am not talking about the label, the sycophant. They are not there to help you be a better you, but rather will say yes, my you they do fine. But no man Khadija and I just could talk. You understand? So yeah, we're not to take pride in that, but we will continue to use our voice, especially when you do things in a sarcasm manner and you try not for acknowledge or accept your weaknesses, then it is a problem. It is a problem. That means you did not learn yet and you still need time to learn.
Just say it as it is. I don't do finesse when it comes to saying the truth. I just say it. All I say to people.
You can still give the truth. Like I say, I give myself as an example. You speak truth to power, but at the same time, you do not have to be rude and disrespectful or degrading to people. So nobody need to tell you saying that you not talk the truth because you're not going left for please mortal man. You left God and please mortal man. So saying the truth not means say you get for be rude and degrading and disrespectful to Sierra Leoneans.
Because they have not much. They are going to come after you. Those don't know whether I am diplomatic. Really, that one will be a strange interpretation of my character. But I know that I just say it as it is. I don't do finesse when it comes to saying the truth. I just say it. All I say to people.
Okay, will they get another call before I land to the balancing? Salon for all, voice for all, network television. Kindly put your device down, madam, and also tell who side they call from. What's in your name? Put your volume down at the background, madam, please, yeah?
Okay.
Yes, thank you.
I'm calling from Canada. My name is Zainab Mansari.
Welcome, madam. Welcome, Izzy. Welcome.
Yes. Yeah. Sorry, just dip and walk.
Okay.
Come quickly. Then I can't miss your international, professional,
Thank
you make me so proud as a woman. Let's do it. We are the lion. We are coming.
Thank you, darling.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyway, yes, I will see because at the Yeri just now with Fatmata. I don't know how he call himself. But anyways, with you one, I've been sending message before. I say, let it keep quiet. Fatmata, you ought to know better. Fatmata, the way they talk to you right now, I remember Gambia, where they try to go France. You didn't sell. I know you, but maybe you might not know me because I was so bold. I speak out to above. So if you they humiliate the country of Sierra Leone, you thinking say, some of you like you, so I know they go after you because one, you are a woman. Two, and the above we did. You know the you like later, even within the interview, they shaky. Some of we they talk, we know they wait for script. But say, oh, let it write for us. I write from the bottom of my heart. Fatmata, Salon, is big for we all. Fatmata, the way I feel pain in my heart, I cry, just like I cry to the nation, to the international world. Fatmata, you degrade our people. Fatmata, you want to go between Gambia and here. To start with, you are a liar and a thief. Remember, that money where they give you, when global affairs, you better get around back home. Fatmata, they also are not.
Sorry, ma'am. Sorry, ma'am. Go ahead. Sorry. Yes.
Fatmata, the money where you don't minus the money. Remember, Sierra Leone. We are either we exposed than the place where you come from. Fatmata, you say you mean Kono. You know it better. Fatmata, you as a womanhood. Fatmata, I cry the pain. Fatmata, you go, you connive. Then they kill we people there. If you not tell you Kapal, you Caliban, let them go release me, brothers, then Alosar. Fatmata, you don't know, say, people then day. We day, then thank God you papa, you man, where you call yourself. You just go where. Tell miss you man say, oh, you don't put me into jeopardy. Because sometimes, now what can they walk so? We dey walk. We people they walk. That's why I say you degrade our country. You do. We give you a space. We give you space. We embrace everybody. Such matter, a born citizen, where we they call now aboriginal, now in they talk to you so. Such matter, I don't want you to send message. I say I'm not they interfere for anything because we all they come out. Yes, if they were then I am, but nobody know they even know who I am. I take myself low. Let God aid you. We open our hands for you. But matter what they do. Before you even hire, we begin there with people there. If they go bring other people there for hire, you say the other time they interview you. You say Salona, what matter, we give you right hand. You give it left hand. Fatma.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Trust me.
Oh, okay.
You know they go free. And let's say you talk right now like you dey under it. But we know they put with attention to you right now. You man if for go. Because if you don't cause atrocity, me so every day I dey cry, then they even cause me grandpa, me granny, when he allow they go sing. Madman bio in name Nami Palo. But not a lot of you now say you papa you man where you call yourself. You left me, you kiss me, papa, me grandpa. Let's get Patmata. You got kill the Grona. Now Polo go. Patmata you. We dey go and they fight you and they fight you now to the end. We not the things say now wetin I demand in himself. Adebayo dey talk. But we dey. Fatmata, you man, you come every day and they cry and they work every day. Well, remember, for now, boots no more. Salon don't need to be poor. Salon was the first country. All about West Africa. We now we dey go beg. Fatmata, they invite. In fact, they invite them. Go invite you. But now we not see who will respond in COVID-19. I'm proud of my country. I'm proud to be born in Sierra Leone. I'm proud. You man cause atrocity, kill me brother. The one say before don't kill me back. But because of we talk, he go beat me big brother with pata. He said that the one of the wicked police they will not take bribe. We know they take bribe. We they work. Now I may go Canadian country there, so we they work. They respect we. Fatmata, you go degrade with people. They look then they say the organization they do them picking them. They now hold back so. Hey, Fatmata, be careful. You dey go na the same pot. I said to God, I go make them go shame you na that country there. You no go believe it. Fatmata, una dey come. Even that also una go by Vancouver. Trust me. No, we have to be go. Let me tell you, Fatmata, we dey put a full stop na that country there. Everybody with a eat labor. If they work for we back, you return all that money. The money all of that don't go and keep. We they work for this country. This country also. First matter, you get the board man country not how they call BBC in school. If you don't know that. It don't go fool people there. We just need to keep quiet so we give people the chance. But let me tell you, first matter. In Jesus' name we pray. You say, Anabi, me papa, my name Muhammad. And me papa, he be the challenge. He say, na prophet in him. He go with a third one. Me papa, why they talk say na, you men or you day? Let me tell you, we get 1 whole acre. You know, I know what talk about Losar. Losar, but them go kill. We brothers for we property. No development, no there. Hey, as a woman, for my God, let me tell you for the people the way they cross up, be picking the all day. Be picking the all day every day where they see, every day they freeze or they pull up. Every day they make every day they kill them everywhere, no place if they kill radio for kill back. But we know they will for put a stop. We need for put a stop. You as a woman who will be for promote, say no, we do this. We as a woman, I don't call you together, I tell you, say, go meet here. Go meet here. Look where they line at BBC. You know the information they were at the send? We did underground. Famata, you they work here, and I'm a fanta with the make for you. They go walk back, you way back, what you go in 50 all. Una fit say una they go. Una not get for go no side. Una yanda with the hit kakal. Just like look at you. Not to papa born you, not daddy born you. I hope say out then. Oh, I know one.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so
now
much, Patience. Yeah.
They cut people there, pass their son and barbecue. You kidding me?
Yeah.
Fatimata, do you remember Nakekedu? You remember? I know you. If you for being a hardworking person, but oh my God, why? I don't send message for you today. I don't know. But the people, the way they say, do now I not like you. And they tell you for free. They not like you. Now, but our side of pass Gary, we don't send we message. You man, if you not go, he go. And you go, and you not go find for her. So we better pack you bundle back because we are here.
No patience.
To play on the ground.
Yeah, no patience.
Action speaks louder than voice.
Yeah, no patience.
If you not stop for pass you people there, and if you not make una pull una papa on the pikin there where they una go put na lo star. I swear to God. Now then they go, you know what they tell them when they pull una, now then they go busy. In fact, salon security, that's it. Because we are trying to educate people now.
Yeah.
Not by
no
money.
Patience. No.
Money that they buy nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. Money that they buy nothing. You know how much they pay me now every 2 weeks? $1,800. Today I just don't send money. Today I just don't send money. 1,200. Look the 500 last week. Where bye. Money that they make nothing. Money na passage. Now they die never. Waiting don't work. Now atrocity go bury. You go bury. Right now people picking their get so now people old. Now me old. Where did I not even know they put side again?
Yeah.
That's not the right thing.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah.
Then if they can't line at BBC, then just they gather your information saying bunch of fool flocks together. You and your man who have tried, where your man don't peace, you not do nothing. Tell and say the woman, the pikin where he been raped, where he kill him and granny, well, now in the camp for you. Where he don't know, well, you go tell and say, thank God, me now God be hold me. Where God say not the king. So you come back there everywhere, like the whole world.
Right.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome, madam.
Thank you, my dear.
You're welcome.
Bye. Yeah.
Oh boy. Now sorry, I just hear the pain and frustration in the voice of Madam Zainab. Um, Already, no try for finish the audio.
Power on. Connection successful.
Okay.
Follows, what you're doing is not right. And in Africa, saying the truth is a crime. That's the problem.
Again, I think I don't kind of like expand on that. Saying the truth is always a must and it's a necessity, but not a crime. And they will not give a picture as if like Sierra Leone, where you tell Sierra Leoneans the truth, then they go after you. That is not the case at all. It's just saying that what you're saying, how you say it, when you say it, the manner at which you say it, will obviously give a positive or a negative reaction.
When you're too honest, you make more enemies. And
that is not true. Again.
And if that is my crime, then I'd rather be serving my God, because in my own religion is.
Yeah, serving your God also come with treating people to respect and dignity. Serving your God also come with not suggesting mob justice. Serving God also is the statement where designed for separate we or divide we as a nation. Serving God is also acknowledging the lives of McKinney, people that wouldn't kill the youth. Serving God is also knowing that you're mother of that nation, and to see the injustice that continue to reign in our country, and not saying or standing for the truth because they do not belong to the Sierra Leone People's Party is also part of that equation of serving God. Serving God is also doing right, sleeping well at night, and with a clear conscience that says that I have achieved today, but I have not achieved. Serving God is also realizing that people then picking and just don't kill yesterday, and then they go out and go in life again and show Sierra Leone and say, I do not care, I do not give a damn, and I ride this bike with me husband. All that is part of serving God. The action should connect with the word, but not word to try to sugarcoat or to make Sierra Leone or the one where they do the interview feel like for say you're on point.
As a Muslim, like God said, even if you are about to die, say the truth.
Exactly, and I can love the fact that they talk about Islam and you and I share the same religion. Again, I can always make an emphasis, say when it comes to a country, we do not know any boundaries when it comes to religious tolerance. But when you speak about Islam gets a lot of things there, and one of which is that as a wife, you're supposed to be, they're not the saying that you're going to mass you, but at least be humble. When they get another call. Salon for all, kindly hold, please. As a matter of fact, go ahead. Welcome. Can you kindly tell your name and who side you call from? Welcome.
Hey, this is Nasu. I come from Windsor. How you doing, Khadija?
Fine, thank you. Who side you call from?
Windsor, Ontario.
Ontario. Okay, welcome, madam. Welcome.
Yeah.
Canada in the house.
I just did imagine this conversation like maybe Fatima gets a chance for listening to them.
Oh, she watches
I believe to say to God, it go the boy like.
And they watch this platform, definitely.
And you go they say, why? How come Salon people are not able to respect me up till today? Look at when them pick here, they pick me in a public.
Yeah.
You know? And he got it. That I'm not justice. I get for drinks for you, dear sister. I God continue to protect you.
Amen.
But honestly, Fatima need for grow up. Me, I just believe for saying mental issues, and maybe we person get low self-esteem. Maybe it deal with. It's not a maybe.
Absolutely.
But it get to realize for say the office way it did, the role way it play as the mother of the nation. It get to be very careful with what they do. If not for today, maybe for 10, 15 years down the road for her own self.
Absolutely.
Because she's going to be looking back and she's going to realize that, oh my God, I misspoke.
Absolutely.
I have said things that I shouldn't have said. I have done things that I shouldn't have done.
I agree.
And these things keep following me everywhere I go. Because now, before she came into office, she must have had like really good people on her side. But then how them people they are going to measure they like it, they after them. How people will look at you after this? Our picking and will look up to you after this.
Strongly
this
agree.
Example where you they try for set.
Yes,
you know,
and the intention
I believe
here.
Saying we as a nation, sorry?
Yes, darling. No, go ahead. Finish on line.
We need maybe for either pray for them as a woman, or we need elders them for go to them, for let them pray for them. So it will realize for say she's not alone in this, because I can sense the loneliness.
Yes.
Because everybody would they say you they do this. I wonder whose conversation a husband would they get.
Yeah.
But say, hey baby, you they go public, you they disgrace me so boy. You know say me na human boy. And now they talk to you, baby, you know they listen boy. Hey baby, what can I do you, baby?
But guess what, right?
Maybe they're not even
you know what they can say? We as a woman, now we for be stronger than them sometime. So sometimes now we for even for say, you understand, guide we husband the way they want vex or with significant better half, you understand? Enough for even be the opposite. Because Kumbra forgets a soft heart. Yes. Kumbra forgets a soft heart. Wherein you know, like if they go kill somebody in Peking, so now you go come, you make a statement right there. Now if Facebook say, I'm really sorry for the unfortunate, we na Kumbra will not go happy because me say na mama, that type of thing, you understand?
Indeed.
But you know, go back and then you go celebrate the next day. What are you trying to, who's picture than the way they portray? You get me?
I know.
And then when people like us,
laughing.
Yes, exactly. So it's like you're rejoicing, you're enjoying, you're celebrating the misfortune of another family member or of a nation, you know, because it is a national issue. We do not look at it.
And it was the Sunday after.
Unfortunately, absolutely.
You know, the Sunday after, right? The next day, I saw that video online. I'm like, oh my God, she does not even know what she is doing.
Yes. So
I don't even have.
Yeah, go ahead, honey.
I don't believe per se he understand the ramification of all this thing, like the aftermath.
I do not think either. I do not think
I don't think she
that
has
at all.
that intelligence.
I do not think she think of that at all. And like how the statement we make earlier, where the goal is not to ever for FTI, but rather for point out the fact and speak truth to power. You understand? If like I say, I like when I don't kind of like celebrate to somebody, I don't kind of like give accolade in the hope that it will continue that route. But you cannot go and take this interview at the expense of Sierra Leoneans. Then you make like for say you don't know anything, then just they jealous you. What is there to jealous? You understand? Where you don't give the obvious.
Because of the fine clothes where you wear and because of your makeup, the most petty things on earth. That's like so childish, you know. Tell me for say because I get this standard. I mean as somebody where people and they look up to. You know, something like that in that line.
Yes.
You know, but about clothes and looks, oh my God.
I think I would have commend her more if you been don't say, yeah, I've made some mistakes way not to be intentional, but I did try for do right by Sierra Leone and Sierra Leoneans. You understand So that's not a room for say, okay, we can forgive her. She have acknowledged and she wants to do beter. But if you go now and say, I don't know why they jealous me, then just they make story for me, that is not right. That's not holding oneself accountable, you know. I don't know if you want to add anything.
No, I don't think say he get anything for be accountable for from his own point of view, because he look at, for example, say business about business. I am free to say whatever I want to say. I can do whatever I want to do.
Absolutely.
But and by the look of things, it look like say a man not they even try for tell and say, baby, this is not the right way to do things. Or maybe when they get that clash, maybe not the type of woman we go tell a man for the well, come on now, so let's make it family fool. Something like that. I can I can play the conversation in my head. Oh my gosh, like well, you come on now, go see where and that big man big fool. Where you select big fool, you select. But anyway, I love you. I gotta go.
I love you more, darling. Thank you. Now play coconut head with this one. Before we finish this.
Them say them the 16 them make the way. From where them born we they no more we the way. Just the way and they come and go and left we pan the day. Busy day. Another generation don't come easy pan the way. Come to the way. You still no say na boom bam boom you lay. You lay. Even man them I chair pan all when I say all I'm all this in them they happen na the country. Cherry I can all the man they no begin them but they don't begin a babati. Una no left hand babati back take. Una leg go be your body. Ori man no begin a babati. They don't begin a babati. Na so dem go let back and sabi time done. Dem fail me your body. All man don't stand at his attention. All man want make impression. But he me go say, watch me back. Look how I becky. Tomorrow you only don't know. Today only till morning. Everybody waiting for the need. Cool like hot for the rest of fire. Hey. Baby I'm gonna but it's not funny. But we don't know how government they run. When I been say when I know it's my explanation don't become boring. When you make a one for school. Will it be a number but it's not funny. Frustration they clear the mountains. All my back to mentee. From one stress to the next thing. It make man them colomenting. Got a man and they come, got a man and they go. The people in life in the same. So we no get for tire for complain. Although they don't get to say we like. And I joke down the joke, so we the crumble because we don't fool enough for me. And I no care play to a hungry man. A hungry man is an angry man. Now the same boy in talk say 6 months, he will fix the economy. Let's see no more. Now the same man come back and give up top. When I say when I get all the solution, but we don't understand any longer. When I been say when I get this, it's easy. When I mentally advance. When all the book man them way, when I been the talk say ready for the dance. I remember the talk to the bad, the talk say only the fish and not finance. When all the idea them, we go make me live like family. When the rest soon I the plan, the city not the grow. I shut up and when I not tell we but na degree, when I show if una sabi, silly not then I hospital. See when they be about when I not tell me but na degree, show you wetin una sabi. The economy still shitty, life for citizen shitty. If na quality education, make una pikin them consistent. How long una go take and talk no more una dey talk. If not ordinary talk, by now man for the show. How man they still get the book? Now that they believe on a buy party begin. Man them shall be make drum soak. Now they get to work about on a the time party. The kind way set for a man in the hand of the team them say lot. See the worker and they strike. When they hold their money they don't pay them. Tell me if I go like.
That caller was superb. Thank you so much. And we have to play the coconut head for a little bit. No try for finish.
Connection.
No try for finish now. The wonderful speech and land.
That is what I stand for. And that's Sierra Leone's first lady.
Okay, let's just repeat that last part. Say what it stand for.
About to die, say the truth. And that is what I stand for. And that's Sierra Leone's first lady. Because they have.
It say now that it stand for. So we want that you stand for the truth and nothing but the truth. So help you God's first lady, and part of which is also try always, like I say, try for unified. We as a whole, we not ever know it in a division. We don't know it in a regionalism, tribalism. We don't know it in a Christian Muslim. We know it in a religious tolerance. We know that we are Sierra Leonean. So mind your words. If you continue for you say thank you to SLPP instead of Sierra Leoneans, we will continue to speak on that because you are not here to divide we. Whether it's SLPP serving now or APC, but you should say thank you to Sierra Leoneans, because I shall say there's Sierra Leoneans where they outside of that SLPP, we may be APC, NGC, C4C, we're still happy with some things the way they do. So you cannot just say thank you to SLPP. You are not helping your husband for rule only the Sierra Leone People's Party, but rather Sierra Leonean as a whole. As you say, one country, one people. So connect the word with the reality and treat we as such. Be that example. Leave the legacy where it be seen a legacy. Where generation will come, we will be proud of you, and we will continue to speak. I personally have nothing like what you said in the jealous you hear, and you see me now made the time in it anyway, and I love me being unique, and I say that with humility and how God wants me as a day. So there's nothing about you that I'm jealous, and like I say, I do not envy anything of the outside or the worldly material or money. No way. Not everybody that have it is happy. You understand? Some people then they not going and they sleep nagari and they eat when they are happy, and that is what I want for every Sierra Leonean. If even they not get there and too much, but then they able for they not in country. If Christmas time come, what we plan to do where if not intersect or whatever the case may be, then they enjoy themselves. If pray they come, let they enjoy themselves without they not begin the war, say bullets or whatnot. Let they able for speak freely. Like how the late Pakaba say, as long as they're not gonna push. What they want to talk, let them talk. But you cannot say that you go muzzle every Sierra Leonean that is not in your favor, or that is there to give you constructive criticism, or that is not with your political party, or that is not in the same region or your tribe of you. We sit in president. You will not divide us. You understand? If even you, husband, they make a mistake, you as a good wife, if you're there for guidance, say, no, darling, not so, not so. But if you're there to embrace certain things that is not us as Sierra Leone, we will continue to speak on it, madam. So make her acknowledge few other people. Okay, we get a call. Salon for All, Voice for All, Network Television. Kindly identify yourself and say it, and who say you call from, please?
Yes, Khadija, this is Mr. Sisse from Canada.
Hello, Mr. Sisse, the Canada, they don't while. Welcome, so welcome.
Now we at one.
I know, right?
Thank you very much.
Go ahead, madam, and land.
Now, to see, I want just talk about
yes,
yeah, number one, I like this song bad.
Oh, yes.
You know what I like this song, two-sided way, now it touch me. One is saying quality education. One of them picking and not going at the school yes. Where they see them get quality education.
Yes.
Then the one way can kind of social media where they both see where quality education as well. Let them go check almost minister picking the president picking they go to school them.
Yes.
That's one. The other side I like from the song back again. They say I've been king yes. The song is very good and they touch the right thing, right?
Absolutely.
Well, I come back to I come back to the first lady's speech we make. You know, sometimes like you always say, if we're not honest to we can't and not honest to God.
Right.
You know, the speech I would say to me, there are certain parts of it is rather unfortunate they break the kind of statement and then world media for that matter.
Yeah.
They say now just me like your makeup, people and all that. Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So sometimes some statement we people can make also like not like especially this one. So side away now a rather unfortunate statement.
Good morning, compatriots. My name is Francis Ben Kaifala and I am Renaissance. The Sierra Leone Renaissance movement has called.
Sorry, I think I accidentally clicked something. Sorry. So go ahead. Sorry about that. Yeah. Yes.
Way like with the interview, so now someone say, feel guilty about the first lady name. But sometimes, I don't understand. With this, he will say this thing when he come back, he counter himself at the end of the day. Yeah. Look what they say in people and the envy him. For waiting.
Just right on.
Come on. It's unfortunate, then it's making pain me some days higher. We will help this lady or the government in power because when they show them their weak points, them people think, oh, this now Chacha Masina, they don't pay them on IPC, them not this. Not to all say they go bootlick person. Tell the person the truth, and if you let you fine, if you don't let you fine.
Yeah.
For me, any other person will like Sierra Leone, go support any kind of speech. So a good speech. Yeah. Somebody the way they send text way I respond to one can if you don't listen to somewhere mass and they sing so. Now they dancing a quality education. One of the ministers and they challenge anyone, they show we one way, now they go to that school or now they go to the government school them. Don't pick it in a private. Not in the government school, but now the same one they go to social media or our radio and television. They say, oh, we get free quality education, our flagship project. Yeah, sometimes to the nation, like when the other caller they say, Fatima needs to learn from them here. We not cry I'm dumb, not at all, but to want to make it change, make it improve himself the more. Yeah, he get a lot to learn from the former first lady, and I believe say if no more we want to behave like a human being way, like a comrade to the country. If I don't see I learn beaucoup things from her. Say, the president demand they not meet up, play with the woman they meet up. The man I work for the whole peace. yourself. I want to draw them together.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We will begin a second create peace between families so we don't get long-term disputes.
Absolutely.
So the web the second because
Absolutely.
peace can come in different version or a different way.
Yes.
But if we people like a, the time for like a create that space the more, it really unfortunate. But all the same, I not hold on the line. I enjoy the song so much. Please get enough for clear.
In that case, we will do a rewind. Thank you, Mr. Sise. All right, that was Mr. Sise, and as per in request, make we rewind again some Emma Sin.
Them say them the 16 and make we wait. From where them born we dey no more we dey wait. Just say wait and they come and go and left we pan the day. Busy day. Another generation don't come easy pan the way. Come to the way. We still no say na boom bam boom you late. You late. Even though man them young chair pan all sin. When I say all sin I mean all sin. All this in them where they happen na the country. The cherry I pan all sin. For the man they no begin them babati.
Sorry, your call they come in. Salon for All, Voice for All Network Television. Kindly identify yourself, please. Who's side they come from?
I'm calling from Houston, Texas.
All right, sir. Houston in the house. Yeah. Welcome, sir. What's in your name?
Yeah, Houston. My name is Ali.
Mr. Ali, welcome, sir. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for your time and thank you for joining us. Go ahead and land, sir.
I'm calling from Houston, Texas.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we hear you. Yes, sir. Go ahead. We hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, really, animally. Really, my new comment I want to give towards this show concerning about Fatima Madabio.
Yeah.
Fatima really do some good things, but he talk too much. Talk more than what he do. And again, they talk about it too much. Just like we Martin talk about the music.
Yeah.
They come with Bagbati.
Yeah.
Which is why the music they really describe them government.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and also again, Fatima calling himself as a Muslim woman. I don't think he practice Islam very well because I believe he rely on this remand business them and they give them all this like magic power. So those are the things that making her really getting the Babati and to do all this saying all sort of things to Sierra Leoneans and they put Sierra Leoneans down and they say anything good about Sierra Leoneans and if he tries to express himself as Sierra Leone, he just based on one political party, they generalize it as Sierra Leoneans. I remember one statement where he said the only good people are for Sierra Leone is the enter why could you say something like that? It just enter in our country.
Yeah.
There are so many political parties in the country. Why don't you just give them comments? People think about them. We love what he do, but he talk too much and he put people in down.
Absolutely.
He put people in down and he people think about people and they killing people in Makeni, Lusav, Tumbo, and Tonko Limba, all those things. In this just 2 years, some months.
Yeah.
What have they done? Look at the rate of the dollar.
It's true.
And 1,050,000 leones. The economy is not going nowhere. What do you see when plant? She's going to grow. I'm going back to the music again.
Yeah.
They are not saying no much about agriculture.
Yeah.
Country is going to hunger.
I agree.
So really, there's so much to do. You need to come up the media and do the job.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You need to come up the media and do the job. You need to come up the media and do it because they do too much of the media than doing the job itself.
I agree.
So this is my comment. I just feel
thank you so much, Mr. Ali. Thank you for being.
Yes, I don't want to hold the line too long.
It's quite okay. Thank you for being part of us. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Now so them go let man sabi time done then fail me your body. All man don't stand party's attention. All man want make impression. What me go say? Watch me back, look how I Becky. Tomorrow we don't know. Today only thing on. Everybody waiting for the miracle like hot to the rest of fire. Baby, I know more, but it's not funny. But we know how government they run. When I been say, when I know, it's an explanation don't become boring. If you make a one for sleep, baby, I know more, but it's not funny. Frustration, they claim me mounted. On my back to empty. From one stress to the next thing, he make man them commenting. Got a man and they come, got a man and they go. The people in life in the same. So we no get for tire for complain or road and don't begin saying like me. And I joke down the joke, so we the crumble because we don't fool it not funny. I not care play to a hungry man. A hungry man is an angry man. Now the same boy been talk since 6 months. You know fix the economy, let's see no more. Now the same man come back and leave and talk. When I be say when I get all the solution, but we don't understand any longer. When I be say when I get this, it's easy. When I mentally advance. Where all the book man them way. When I be the talk say ready for the dance. I remember the talk way bad. The talk say only the fish and big finance. Where all the idea them, we go make we live in family. Where the rest soon na the plan. The seed no dey grow. I shut up and when I not tell we but na degree. When I show we if una sabi. Silly not dey na hospital. See when they dear pap. When I not tell we but na degree. Show we wetin na sabi. The economy still shitty. Life for citizen shitty. If na quality education make una pikin dem can taste am. How long una go dey back talk? Talk no more una dey talk. If not ordinary talk, by now man for the show. How man they still get book? Now that they deliver on a buy party begin. Man they must have make clone soak. Now they get to work back on a the buy party. The kind way set for man in the hand on team them says a lot. See the worker and they strike. When they hold their money they know I'm pay them. Tell me if I go like.
We'll take a quick break and come right back.
You don't tell where they want bros. Money for everybody want them. Go buy motor car.
From what I know, the government purchased 30 brand new SUVs.
Yeah, you the other one.
No, those vehicles are not brand new SUVs, all 30 of them.
Okay, yeah, you the other one back.
Only 4 SUVs for this regional coordinators.
Okay, well now you this one back.
There are no SUVs. We call them Toyota Prado.
Well, like how you know who them boss. Then why then come by packet? You cannot give what you don't have. If you are not, you are not. Go be patient, then this gone. Cause then let go them not dirty quarantine. Nobody don't care, then just go let go them so that you don't see quarantine. And now the Muku them boss. Then why I come by?
Yeah, Father Cosman this Bunga Bobo. Ya go do bar, ya go do, ya go do bar, ya go do, ya go do bar, 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 Father Cross, ya go do bar, na then they mark, na then they sack. Now then they appoint, so now then they disappoint. Now then we bra, so we say yes sir. Anything they talk, we just say yes sir. Now he make them they feel say we na munku. The one can give we rum for go rally for them. We then win, don't they lock and pa we. Who value votes bad, who know they even so we ask. Ya go do bar, ya go do, ya go do bar. Ya go do, ya go do bar, ya go do bar, ya go do bar, asa, ya go do bar, una asa, ya go do bar, yeah, ya go do bar. Okay, now me now na president, His Excellency signature, Granat project come, assign, Gary project come, assign, banana project come, assign, na this country, assign, I get gold, I get diamond, I get bauxite, I get iron ore, for better me people them, so then turn around and ask me, then say the bar, we want for no, ya go do bar, ya go do, ya go do bar, ya go do, ya go do bar. Ya go do bar, Ya go Dubai. Double SG. Yeah, ya go Dubai. Aki and Popo. Don't tire utuna. Una put on for me, Excellency signature. I go sorry for una. Gary boy and gala. I don't soon points. Now we walk no day. Maybe
anybody will put it to a go for monado. Ali morning. How did they chat by the bar? So then go hang over the morning. Them they do say we messed up mentally. Cause they promised new direction. Now for that to Narambo, they don't go in the book for Campo, go the bank. Can't see Kumanti. Abracadabra, the money food in the shadows. As we pull dignity, and the country, then the wear pan.
Welcome back. We're about to give it a wrap for the night. Mr. J, welcome and thank you for your kind compliments. I'm humbled by it. Miss Ami, thank you so much. Thank you. Mr. Sisse, thank you so much, sir. Mr. Prince T, as always, thank you so much for your support. Thank you, sir. And I see all of the comments them in forgive me. Okay. Okay, Miss Fatima Karim, welcome, thank you. Miss Nafisa Tujalo, welcome again as well. Mr. Super Large, welcome, sir. Madam Hawa Koroma, welcome, madam. Now, sorry if I missed it. So I think so we'll go wrap in the next 5 minutes, and I thank you for your time.
Anyone will come go some we they go say we na coconut. Anyone will come go some we they go say we na coconut. The man then don't know say we go up and down with coconut head. Then up with weeks I want to when they beat they dance coconut head. All them sharp cocoa entity, everybody dance coconut head. Sharp cocoa entity, steady they dance to the coconut head. It's a awesome, yes so it is a awesome. Every day I get to now awesome mental awesome. Them boys they're running, see them girls hustling, hustle to survive. Awesome mental awesome. Young boys them brutal, young girls them brutal. Every day man in the brutal, every day man in the brutal, every day man in the brutal. Brutal for survival. Also mental, also the kind of man in the team survival. I know what the man in the do. For no more man survive. Them petty,
Mr. Shaw, welcome. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Them funny bad. God be them power.
I agree, Mr. Sisse. I agree.
Now you don't want them in the panaya. They don't begin them babati. They don't begin them babati. Una no left hand babati back there. Una lego we your body. Body man they no begin them babati. They don't begin them babati.
Thank you so much, Mr. So I know say in Latian and Germany. Thank you for your time.
Take a close look at
Madam Kunku, thank you so much. I know we're not going to time for talk though, right? They go calm down a little.
Politics, the boyfriend, girlfriend, business, not sweet again, nothing now, na politics. You like it or not, if you're join, better, never mix pan or damn fet. Push sober, coconut, woman, or the blow pan full fet. The people wearing the suffer, they not get one for go Facebook. Advocate for democracy, we don't be on Facebook. I wish say that's what for done they be, where the other one they give money area. By their fruits, we shall know them. In area, all the pussy in the boots, we shall know them.
Yeah, Mr. J, I agree. I strongly agree. I agree.
Anyone who can move from we they go say we na coconut. The man then don't know say we dey go up and down with coconut head. They don't put tips at the hands when they beat the dance. Coconut head, all them sharp sharp coconut
Naomi
teeth.
Conte, thank you, madam. Welcome, darling.
Steady they dance to the coconut head. It's a hustle, it's a hustle. Yes, so it is a hustle. Every day I get to the hustle, mental hustle. Them boys they're running, see them boys hustling, hustle to survive. Hustle mental.
Mr. J, you know how to go sleep, eh? No worry, God willing, we'll go meet again tomorrow, God willing.
Brutal for survival, hustle, mental hustle. The kind of man in the team to survive, and I know what the man in the crew, for no more the man survive,
Straight to the point, a little talk about who trust me on this one. There is a statement with most Sierra Leoneans to share. I don't know, I'm among the educated ones, we all know this school, we are all positive minded, we are all negative minded. Even myself, I agree to it at some point because of the circumstance where I rise at that particular moment. If not all, most Sierra Leoneans don't believe in this country now, picking and they get for Kamika. Just the same way the great granny and grandpa themselves, they believe in ourselves, they can make them. Who's picking and they can make this country? When I see this generation as anything can be, if the next generation will carry to, okay. Now they want them can pick they can make country. Confused.com. They don't want to suffer for nothing for us. They let ready me the bad. Now they want to the country problem. No inherit from my papa. They set inherit from them and my papa. Then that problem the people now want to go and back and
Even though you balance your session.
So all that confusion then and then set frantic for your back panel picking them with hey bro. Now see how the thing we really mean that they say they now picking they can fix this country. You will get all the opportunity for fixer now. Now excuse.com. You are on a putting a shoulder them dog. Pride and cockiness they make you stupid but you know the ear. You get two eyes but you know the see. Now when they come they go and when they go if you bad thing. Your opinion and your opinion they don't fail me. The political parties they don't really since independence they don't fail me hopefully. And I don't left this talk. I don't responsible for make this country. I make this country. No, one of the opposition. Exactly. One of the power. An excuse no more. An excuse upon excuse upon excuse. And I promise them the same. So far, go. I'll say one more thing. If not all Sierra Leoneans, majority of them belong to either Islam or Christianity. Both of the religions believe say with God all things are possible. So why not take the country problem with an body and
like I can always say, indeed, with everything, everything with God first, all things are possible. Any situation we find with country, now will not give up. Now we continue for trust in Mama Salon. I also want to share one video I come across will make me so proud to be a Sierra Leonean, and I couldn't help but to shed tears. And I know say we don't produce so many head of states them, so many high profile names them around the world. We were once the anthem of West Africa, so we cannot afford to give up on we beloved Mama Salon. I want to share that day with Tina, then I come back again. I should say some of you go don't watch them, but this particular video it make us shed tears, make us share with Tina, and for now I find we serve as number one amongst 15 other country in Africa. That was I don't know, words cannot even fully express. So now share with Tina, then I will come back and give a closing statement. Tina, thank you so much.
Top 15 African countries with the most intelligent people. There are different forms of intelligence. It takes different types of intelligence to make straight A's in school, to run a successful business, or to win a warfare. So we believe every country has a fair share of intelligent people across different endeavors. But out of curiosity, we wanted to know if there is a study out there measuring the intelligence of different African countries just for the sake of it. What we found was a study that only measured one type of intelligence, and it was based on IQ. The result is obviously debatable, but we'll let you decide how close to reality this result is. Africa is a continent of 52 countries, each with their own unique abundance of human and natural resources. It has the youngest average median age of young people at age 19.7. In today's video, we'll examine human resources in Africa and discover which countries have the most intelligent people in the continent based on IQ. The statistics were released by IQresearch.info. Remember, however, that this is only a research by one organization, and the criteria used may not be definitive on which countries are more intelligent than others. This video is brought to you by After School Africa. If you are new here, you are welcome. Consider subscribing to After School Africa to continue exploring opportunities. 15. Zambia. The 15th African country on the list is Zambia. The South Central African nation is recorded to have an IQ average of 79. It is a beautiful country named after the Zambezi River, which translates to God's friend. The country has a very young population of about 4.8 million young people aged 15 to 35, the largest population of young people in its history. Given the country's intelligence and young population, these two factors could present an enormous opportunity to unlocking a bright future for the country. 14. Kenya. What comes to anybody's mind when Kenya is mentioned is wildlife and excellent marathon runners. The country is blessed with an abundance of those, but her people are also among Africa's most intelligent. They possess an average IQ score of 80, making them the 9th most intelligent people in Africa. So, besides those enduring running legs in Lion King-like wildlife parks, Kenyans also possess sharp brains. 13. Egypt. The home of the pyramids, pharaohs, and Africa's longest river, the Nile. Egypt is a country overflowing in both medieval architecture and history. The country has transcended generations and was once home to Alexander the Great, one-time ruler of the ancient world. The country's people are recorded to have an average IQ score of 81. 11. Zimbabwe and Madagascar. This one is a tie between two southeastern African countries. Both countries have poverty rates at 72% and 75% respectively. That, however, has not had much impact on the intelligence of her inhabitants. Both countries have an IQ score of 82. Zimbabwe is Africa's most educated country, having literacy rates of over 90%. That's some achievement, given its economic instability. 8. Tunisia, Libya, and Algeria. The three North African countries come in as a joint 8th most intelligent in Africa. Besides sharing the same number of IQ, the three countries share a lot of other things in common. They are all Arab states, they share a border with the Mediterranean Sea, and a large portion of each country is part of the Sahara Desert. They all share an average IQ score of 83. 5. Uganda, Nigeria, and Morocco. The 5th most intelligent people in Africa are from diverse regions of the continent. Uganda from Central Africa, Nigeria from West Africa, and Morocco from the continent far north are the three countries whose people are considered the continent's 5th most intelligent. Nigerians will probably be up in arms in protest that they are further from the top 2, but we didn't make the ratings. 4. Eritrea. The small country of Eritrea is part of the countries that make up the Horn of Africa alongside Ethiopia, Djibouti, and Somalia. It is a nation steeped in history. With about 3 million inhabitants and 9 national languages, the country is both diverse and beautiful. Its people, who are a mix of both blacks and Arabs, are considered the 4th most intelligent people in Africa with an average IQ score of 85. 3. Seychelles. The archipelago, collectively known as Seychelles, is located in the Indian Ocean. Seychelles is just off the eastern coast of Africa. It is one of the most beautiful countries in Africa, surrounded by water without a stretch of land for miles. The country is also one of the smallest in the world. Seychelles, however, has one of the lowest poverty rates in the world amongst the 95,000 people who inhabit the island. Her people are considered to be Africa's 3rd most intelligent and have an average IQ score of 86. 2. Mauritius. Mauritius is ranked 2nd on the list of most intelligent Africans with an IQ score of 89. The archipelago is one of Africa's top tourist destinations and has one of the continent's most developed democracies. The people of Mauritius are multi-ethnic, multi-religious, multicultural, and multilingual. Mauritius is categorized as high in Human Development Index. According to the World Bank, the country has an upper-middle income economy. Mauritius is ranked as the most competitive and one of the most developed economies in the African region. 1. Sierra Leone. The big elephant in the room is one which may surprise many, given its history. For one, Sierra Leone suffered a brutal civil war alongside Liberia, which cost the lives and limbs of many in the country. The country's diamonds were also plundered during the war, leaving it in poverty. Despite all this, the small West African nation is believed to be home to the continent's most intelligent people. You may disagree, but according to IQresearch.info, the inhabitants of the small country have an average IQ of 91, the highest in the continent. It is worth noting, however, that Africa is a place brimming with talented and intelligent people all round. Most African countries has produced globally renowned intellectuals: Kenneth Kaunda, Kwame Nkrumah, Desmond Tutu, Kofi Annan, Wole Soyinka, Chinua Achebe, to mention a few. These names have all emerged from different corners of the continent. The big takeaway is this: intelligence knows no race, color, age, culture, gender, or group of people. Intelligence is universally distributed. What's your thought? Share them in the comment section. If you're yet to subscribe to After School Africa, now is a good time to hit the subscribe.
And I welcome back. I know say I did left on a good thought. For then I know say we are blessed under a wonderful country by the name of Sierra Leone. We may have been failed by whatever it may be, by we leader or the cabinet members them, whatever the case may be, but we must not give up on Mama Salon. I want to take this opportunity again for encourage the youth them, for continue for be patient and be law-abiding citizen. No matter what you do, just know that anything gets an end. Not take matters now your hand, just patience for God in time, and no matter how long anything take, it gets an ending. Continue for be positive, stay positive. Now we not give up on Mama Salon. Again, with a hope and pray that we First Lady go do right by Salon and Sierra Leoneans. We go pray that it go use in words them in choice of words carefully in terms of trying to divide we as a nation. Like I say, when they address Sierra Leoneans, if we address Sierra Leoneans, say, thank you Sierra Leoneans, they're not SLPP or APC or NGC, but rather Sierra Leoneans. Again, I want to tell you plenty thank you on behalf of the entire team and this platform when I take time out of in a busy schedule for be part of today. I'm so sorry, Mr. Mr. Sisse. We are not extend that too long, but I think I'll stretch a little bit. So that video alone take some yeah, uplifting indeed, Mr. PT. Yeah, so like I say, yeah, myself, I go through that video day, the first time I come across it, I couldn't help but to shed tears. You know, it feels good to hear good things about our country for change, and I'm not surprised because, like I say, we don't build so many good men and women in around especially the West African area. So now we not give up on Mama Salon. We not say at the end of the day there will be a light at the end of the tunnel. Whatever that day will be, not only the eagle day in the hands of God, and how that will be. Now we will get to one word. Despite we affiliation, despite we tribe, despite we region, but rather way things happen, whether na your political party do or not, if na wrong thing, now we speak on it for the betterment of Mama Salon. At the end of the day, it will only benefit we. But if we just see the truth, and because of we affiliation, because of we tribe, because of region, or because of self-interest, then we not speak truth to power, then of course not on anybody they are that we safe, you know. Until next time, anybody who offend today, now forgive me, but I'm here not to please mortal man and left God, not God number one, and I'm here not to put anybody down, but rather for now we call things by the name for the interest of our country. Until next time, this is Salon for All, Voice for All Network Television. I am your host, Khadija Tijan Nabi. May God bless we all. God bless the Republic of Sierra Leone. God bless the Republic of Sierra Leone. God bless the Republic of Sierra Leone, and God bless the United States of America. Bye.
Salon man business no they grow. All man tangle man politics. So many good party them know they talk right now because of politics. Man I will chill again and get so nice again from politics. The boyfriend girlfriend business not sweet again, nothing now na politics. You like it or not if you're join. Bet it, me no mix pan with damn fet. Sober, coconut woman or the blow pan full fet. The people where really get suffer, they not get one for go Facebook. Advocate for democracy, we don't be put on Facebook. I wish say na so for don't let be. Where the other one they demand the area. By the fruit we shall know them. Demand the area. All the pussy in the boots we shall know them. Anyone who can move from we they don't say na coconut. Anyone who can move from we they don't say na coconut.
The man they don't know say we dey go up and down with coconut head. They don't put weeks at the hands when they beat the dance. Coconut head. All them sharp bubble entity. Everybody dancing coconut head. Sharp bubble entity. Steady they dance to the coconut head. It's our soul. It's our sauce. Yes, so it is our sauce. Every day I get to now also hustle, mental hustle. Them boys the honey. See them boys hustling, hustle to survive. Hustle, mental hustle. Young boys them brutal. Young girls them brutal.